Let's get to it.
Talking about that, if that's where you going with that, we going with the team. He about to go play in Australia. Hold on, don't bring him up no.
He actually hasn't never had a team that is actually that competent enough defensively.
Whether you believe he's efficient or not, considering his play style, it's not.
He's so sick. Oh my god. No.
We here, New York in the house. Yeah, Zeno, I just had to wear this for you to let you know what happened. I just had to let you know. Yes, sir.
I'm in shock. Oh my god. There is no way.
Yeah.
That's what we doing today.
Nah.
This is what we doing.
Too many of these niggas, bro. Too many of these niggas. I'm actually gonna get sick again. Anyways, this is the Hoopsters Podcast, episode 11. With me, the host, W host, L hostius, the GOAT host, Zena. Then you have two of these. Actually, I'll be serious a little bit. We have Elijah and Mr. Spiral Sports on the top right.
Yo, what's up? It's good with y'all.
And then you have the fake New York fan, Mr. Darrell.
Fake New York
I'm so sick of you.
Yes.
And then last but not least, what's called the Bucks fan, Mr. Casual.
Man, this is some bullshit, y'all.
Anyways, we're going to be talking about something else.
This is bullshit.
We're going to be talking about how... Oh,
hold on.
This is some bullshit, chat. This is some bullshit. Daryl knows what I'm talking about. Elijah knows what I'm talking about. This is some bullshit, right? This nigga Kendrick had one job. I know this is a basketball show, but Kendrick had one job, bro. One job. Fact check, nigga. Do you accuse a dude of having an 11-year-old that he was hiding from the world and you didn't fact check that shit? How the hell do you accuse this nigga of pedophilia and you don't have no facts behind it? No, he has to have facts. He has to have facts, nigga. He has to have
the pedophilia
facts.
Thing?
No,
that's just the Millie Bobby Brown stuff, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's all that was.
Yeah.
My thing is he has to have some paperwork, like text messages between him and Millie Bobby Brown, or something like that.
Someone stop this fraud, please.
Text already came out. God. The text between Drake and Millie Bobby Brown came out.
You know what I'll even accept of like him like kissing somebody or something like that. An image, something for like valid proof, like non-Photoshop.
Oh, you want this man to go to jail over a diss track, is what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's what he's saying. He wants Drake to go to jail over a diss track.
That's not what I'm saying. I don't want him to go to jail over a diss track, but what I do want, the last thing I want in this diss track, for lies to be told. It's not tell lies out here. Fact check the shit.
I mean, him hanging out with the 13-year-old girl when he's like 30 is weird, bro.
That is.
It's
and so you
weird.
can hang your hat on that. It's the 11-year-old shit. You can't come out saying that he has an 11-year-old just for vibes. Just because somebody told you to do. Just because somebody told you to say that.
That's fair. That one's fair.
That you can't do that. He loses the battle if that shit. Because the large reason why we saying he won this whole like vehemently is because that nigga dead ass said he had an 11-year-old, and that is some damning accusation.
That's what y'all came out with. That's why y'all thought he won. I thought he won because he dropped 3 diss tracks, and all 3 of them were bangers. But I thought
cool. they had their Drake came out with bangers and stuff like that. My whole thing is
Drake came out with some bangers.
Yeah, but Kendrick, the shit that he's accusing him of, and he's primarily talking to Drake. Drake was talking to like 5 different niggas before he even got to Kendrick. But Kendrick is talking directly to Drake, and the accusations that he's throwing at Drake are damning. So if they were true, Kendrick won by a landslide. Like, it's not even close. But if they're not true, no, nigga, Drake wins this just off of the fact, nigga, you lied, nigga. This is like a debate, nigga. If somebody fact check you, nigga, you lose a point, nigga. You lose a point.
I don't know nothing Drake said that would make me feel like Drake won. Even if you
Kendrick beat his wife and you've been married to your wife for damn near 10 years and you haven't tied the knot. I wonder why. And Dave Freedom fucked your wife. And Dave Free might be the father of your child.
But is that true? That's fact checked?
We gonna fact. That's why I said we need paperwork for some of this shit.
That's what I'm saying.
This shit that's being said, we need fact checks.
For Kendrick, if that's not fact checked too, then Drake definitely loses.
But yeah. It is at this point. Let's pause the diss track for a second. What Leaf said, you can put Leaf shit up there. What Leaf said, fuck the fact checking. Fuck the diss tracks for a second. We need 6 minutes of fact checks. We just need fact checks, nigga. Let's make sure what these niggas are saying are valid, okay? But carry on. How you guys doing, man?
We good. Zeno, you good, man?
No, I'm seeing double, and I don't like it.
Big New York, bro. Big NYC.
Hey,
shout out Jalen Brunson, bro.
Hey, man.
Shout out that foul beta,
I just
bro.
noticed what the hell this nigga Daryl got on. Daryl, you're a fake LA fan, I swear.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you this right now. I had to put this on to rub in Zeno's face because of how much Philly.
Yeah, no, you know who picked that on? Because his team got packed up in 5. And you know I was about to call it, say 3-2-1 Kaiku. That's what he's gonna say.
You know what, Zeno? I didn't know you was gonna do that, but I had to make sure I wore something so I could so I could zip you up real. Because guess what? Y'all lost 2. Okay.
All right.
Shit.
The thing is, I knew we're gonna lose, and we even have it on podcast.
Did I not tell you,
bro's out here accepting mediocrity?
Playoffs that we will get knocked out in the first round.
Mediocrity. All right,
but we'll get knocked out in the first round in 5.
I hate.
Shout out Joel and mediocrity, bro. Like, come on, what are we doing out here?
I hate the fact that Knicks fans can actually talk. Knicks might be the most infuriating fan base outside of the Lakers. No, that's actually a lie. The Golden State Warriors exist.
Miami Heat fans are so annoying. Shout out Mark.
Zeno,
just behind that.
Zeno, check DMs real quick. I didn't realize that we didn't have something for today. Here, check out group chat.
Type shit.
Yeah, I didn't realize we didn't have that.
I got you.
All right.
I texted you about it on Saturday, but yeah.
But I didn't. Yeah, but I sent one. Why didn't you message me saying that wasn't the one? That.
You're right.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
You know how you're trying to flip it onto me. You know, my fault. You know.
No. I said my fault. Freak ass nigga. You know,
I'm just listening to 2 losers over here debating on which one.
Let's go ahead and let's get into the juiciness of all of this that's went down.
No.
Okay.
No, you don't need to.
Let's get into it. Let's start with the series. Let's start with the series that everybody touted to be the most entertaining series of the first round. Lakers versus Nuggets. Lakers versus Nuggets. Let's talk about the Lakers versus Nuggets.
The Mavs versus.
Yeah. I'm gonna shit on. Trust me, we're gonna shit on you, Zeno, and then we're gonna shit on my team. But first, we need to shit on the team that they touted to be better than both of our teams. The LA Lakers.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, the Lakers. So Daryl, what do you have to say about that, bro?
Yeah, Daryl.
Don't worry, I got you. I got you, big bro. There you go.
All right, so here's the truth. I did say that we would lose in the first round to Denver because I did not trust the Lakers. I do not trust Darvin Ham. I do not trust the coaching staff.
This is true.
I did not trust D'Lo. And here's the bottom line. You know, if the Lakers, which I was hoping, if the Lakers did beat Denver, we was going to the Western Conference Finals because there was nobody who's going to stop us. But because we had to face Denver, and they have our number. I mean, it's hard to say they have our number. You know, we lost, and there's nothing more you can say. You know, LeBron can't do it all. AD can't do it all.
Type shit.
This is probably, I don't care what people say about, because I've heard people say this is the best Lakers team. I honestly don't think this is the best Lakers team LeBron has had. That bubble Lakers team was the best team that LeBron ever had. And they should have kept it together. Because I know one thing, Dwight Howard's old ass would have been all over Jokic and making sure he got nothing easy. And
what's bro talking about?
I'm talking about our bubble team, like how if we kept that team together, we would have been able to beat this Denver team.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit freaky talking about Dwight being all over another guy. Anyways, carry on.
Oh my gosh, bro, you gotta take it that way. But yeah, you know what? Kudos to Denver, and you know, congrats on going to the next round and losing game 1 to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this. I'll be real serious. I don't actually think that team was necessarily bad. I just think the Nuggets they have the offense that can mitigate certain things that AD brings on defense. Because how unstoppable Jokic is on the offensive end, what AD's like power, like his superpower, kind of gets negated by Jokic's superpower, and that's the issue. If AD isn't able to kind of like fly around, rim protect while also, disrupting and blowing up plays and just not being able to do multiple things, his value diminishes. Is that the fault of AD? No. But it's just the fault of playing against one of the best offensive players we've ever seen. Oh, it's ugly, nigga. And it's one of the best offensive players we've ever seen. So that's the issue with it. That's all.
What you Elijah, bro, what you got?
Justin?
I just been looking at this leave comment, bro. He chatted. Let's go. All the points that were hit on, man. The Nuggets are just a better team, top to bottom at this point, man. The Lakers front office is like generationally terrible. They fired their whole coaching staff for a reason. Let's move on to next season.
Yeah,
agreed. I do also want to I just want to play. I want to play a quick game with my brothers. I want to play a quick game.
Check DMs, by the way, no bro. I mean, big bro. Shit.
I got you. Give me 1 second, because I'm also sending a link to some of our other supporters. Shout out to FYL sports supporters and stuff like that. Shout out to to the viewers that we've gotten so far. I just want to give a quick shout out to Leaf. I want to give a quick shout out to Sage and P5. We definitely will be dropping the link shortly. We want to get you guys' thoughts on each series. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Lakers and Nuggets series, and then we're going to come back to you guys so that you guys can give feedback, and then we'll move on to the next series. How does that sound? I do want to play a game. Games 1 out of 4, of course, it's going to get really bad when we get to the Knicks and Sixers, because most of the people know that you're a Sixers fan. But I'm just gonna leave this. I'm leaving here, right? But now, no. You don't get to leave early, nigga. You're not sick. I'm dead on sick, actually. Nigga trying to call us
sick of losing for sure, bro.
You got it, dog. Anyway, I'm actually dead on sick.
Lose, America wins.
That's insane.
No. I think the phrase is the Lakers lose, America wins. That's what I think it is. But no,
says the Bucks fan when I know I'm not gonna say anything.
Injury. Injury.
Oh,
Anyway,
we don't care with it.
uh,
We don't care with it.
I didn't. But I'm defending you.
Okay, got it.
All right. No, I wanted to ask you guys, who do you think in games 1 through 4 were the more efficient team overall between the Lakers and Nuggets?
Pretty sure it's the Lakers.
It was the Lakers. It was the Lakers.
Yeah.
Do you know, ironically, who was the better 3-point shooting team as well between the Lakers?
The Lakers.
Oh,
Lakers. Yeah, well,
the Nuggets.
you
The Nuggets
could-
had one thing.
They had one game. They had one
The
game.
Nuggets was trolling
I'm
the
almost
whole
done.
series.
I'm almost done, Zeno. Do you know who had the better defense?
The Lakers.
Damn. Okay. I got one more. Do you
It's
know
not
who was
the
the better? Which team was the better rebounding team between the Lakers and the Nuggets?
That
This is-
I'm surprised about the Lakers.
This is
That
sick.
was first
bro.
round.
Oh, in every category, the Lakers were the more dominant team, and somehow you still find a way to lose in 5, nigga. How you can't make this up?
Something
You can't
about that
make this
fourth
up
quarter,
with these
bro.
niggas, bro.
Something
You're not
about that
even.
fourth
The
quarter
thing is, you're not even talking about it like in the correct term. Like, you're not saying it in good enough detail. Yo, even Jamal Murray until the fourth quarter plays horribly that series. We're
Agreed.
seeing KCP miss wide open threes.
Agreed.
Like they were not trying that series and they still won in 5. Bro, people were. It was so bad that it was like, I'm pretty sure they were. Is it game 2 or game 3? Game 2, where they were up by 20, and people. Game 2 where they're up by 20 going into the half, and people said they're still going to win. How can you be up by 20 and a half and still lose the game?
Look,
That is
I'm
so
gonna
tough.
say it like
That's
this.
so tough.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it like this.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Daryl. I'm sorry.
The Lakers look like trash. They were absolute shit.
Understatement.
I'm gonna explain it the best way. Like, I don't know who's boxing fans in here or what, but I don't know if y'all watched the Canelo versus Munguia fight last night, and the Lakers were like Munguia. They was coming out swinging hard, making sure like to put away the Nuggets in the first half. And then the Nuggets came out like Canelo. Wait until the later rounds till they found the spots, and they was like, "Oh yeah, this is the weakness. We attacking it every single time." And the Lakers kept crumbling, and it was just depressing to watch. And I'm just glad we got rid of that coaching staff. Let's be honest.
So that leads me to what I was going to ask you guys. Who do you blame the most for this for the disappointment of a series for the Lakers?
The front office.
I would say I can tell you someone who I'm not gonna blame for this series, Anthony Davis. I'm sorry. This series, I don't care what you guys were saying last season, where Anthony Davis is not aggressive, and that's why he's not doing much in the third, fourth quarter and all that. Bro, he's a big. I get it. You can ask him to demand the ball, but bro, if they're not passing to you, they're not providing space for you to really operate. They're not passing to you in the pick and roll. They're not being having some type of gravity where the team has to defend him. Anthony Davis does not thrive off of that. And even this series, you can't even ask, for him to hit his middies. He hit his middies. So this is literally probably his best series, I want to say, since being in a I would say post 2020, and they still lost because you know why? Jokic is just Jokic, and Jamal Murray is a demon. Jamal Murray is just a demon.
I feel like it makes it a lot easier when your coach doesn't know what they're doing. If you have like the ability of a coach is to be able to make it so you're not giving up 20-point leads consistently, 15-point leads consistently. Like that's God, man. That whole front office is bad from the top down, from the owners to the janitors, bro. They all need to go somewhere.
Why do you think
give the janitors some credit because they do keep Crypto.com arena a little clean.
All right.
That's about the only good thing that they get over there.
No, okay. So here's what we about to do, chat. We about to drop this link.
Good job, bro.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, yeah, before he drops the link into chat, can we just talk about how did anyone else say who they blame for the team? I didn't tell you what I blame.
I didn't hear Daryl's.
Yeah. Go ahead, Daryl.
The blame I have here is, coaching staff, front office, hot garbage, basura, trash.
He said basura.
Yeah. They were trash.
You find the weirdest things funny, nigga. I tell you.
He said.
Elo, that boy was garbage.
Like I'm gonna say it like this: we're not gonna throw shade at Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
We are not doing that because he showed up, and I said at the beginning of the season he would show up, and he did. Mm-hmm. So we're not throwing shade towards that man.
Vando looking like the new Jonathan Isaac, bro. That man is never healthy when you need him to play defense.
For some reason, I heard the new Jonathan Isaac, and I thought you were still like Jonathan Isaac. I was like, bro, nigga's healthy this time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this time. Even he did it. Congratulations. You're 5? You're 5? 4?
Hey, more than a beat. No, let me chill.
More than hey. I'm still not getting over the fact that this man really had his arguably at worst second best postseason run while hurt. That's despicable, bro.
Sad, but hey.
Third to what?
It was 2021. Not was for the bubble. I didn't see it. Oh no. Actually, this year's better than the bubble. Never mind. Fuck.
Yeah. It's 2. If not 1. If you want to say it's not 1, it's fine. But it's 2.
It's not 1. It was called that 2021 where he's averaging like 30, like good efficiency while playing great defense as well. Yeah, I know.
Real quick. I'm going to I just want to run through the chats real quick, and then we're gonna drop the link. And while we wait for you guys to come in and fill in, I'm going to I'm gonna voice my opinion. So real quick, we'll start from the top. Leaf was speaking about the Drake and Kendrick beef. He says the OVO nigga set him up, Justin. Stop saying my government name, nigga. Sage says, imagine not being in the second round.
Facts. Imagine.
Hold on. What team? Who is his team?
Reminder.
His team?
Sage, when I was trying to press him earlier during the season, said he doesn't support any team, and then in the off, randomly started supporting his team.
You can't imagine. You know what's funny? Sage can't imagine making it to the second round. He can't imagine making it to the first round. He can't imagine being in the play-in. He can't imagine seeing the team in the regular season. You know why? Because he don't got no fucking team. This nigga don't got no team. He don't got no players. This nigga don't even got no
everybody else.
Talk about imagine not being in the second round. Imagine not having a team but loving basketball. Imagine that. Nigga. Imagine.
Bro's a whole ghost. He just chooses what he wants, bro. He just chooses what he wants. He just flies at it.
That is crazy.
Colonizer is wild.
Yeah, we move on. Sage says Bucks fans.
Sage says Bucks fans.
No, I'm taking it over you. You wrong for that. You wrong for calling someone a colonizer.
Also, when we gonna accept that Luka is top 5? I think it's pretty much. I think from the beginning of the season, it's sort of been accepted that he's top 5, right?
He's not top 5. That playoff series against the Clippers, nasty. basura.
The Clipper series.
He might be
Clipper
top
series-
9, maybe.
Okay,
Maybe top
is Jalen
100. Maybe
Brunson
top
ahead of
100.
him? Is
Maybe
Jalen
top
Brunson
100.
I
ahead of
mean, who had the better series? You know.
Okay, nigga. All right.
Who had the better series? You never know.
Leaf
bro.
says, not Elijah flexing for a series, went over one-legged numb-faced Joel. And I know he got a Nets joke. The reality is that the Villanova grapefruits very best is still 10 times bad than the Nets worse.
You want to know
What was the Nets?
No,
What was the Nets?
Holy cook.
Wait. Last year, didn't
Beautiful
the
cook.
Nets play Joel Embiid? What happened? Didn't they try to play tag with Joel Embiid? He just passed the ball and they won in like 5? What are we
You
doing?
do realize that he played bad in that series, right? You do know that, right?
And Joel Embiid played bad in that series. He
He
played bad
played bad.
And
He
still
played
beat
bad
them
in your series.
in 5. And still beat them in 5.
In 4.
We won.
In 4.
That's crazy.
6.
That is
they beat
crazy.
them in 4. I'm sorry, in 4.
That is crazy.
The Nets joke is your franchise. There's no Nets joke. It's your franchise. They're terrible. Have fun.
Let him cook.
Why are we
Let
talking
him
about?
cook.
We're talking about the Villanova great. Ain't your best player a Villanova player? And you got the worst one. What are we doing? All of our Villanova players are in the
I'm
playoffs.
so glad. You know what? I'm
Whoa.
so glad. I am so glad. Hold on. I am so glad that you're saying this because right now we have none other than Mr. Leaf in the building.
Bring him on
And
here.
P5, man. What's going on, man?
And
What's
Mr.
going on,
P5.
brother?
What's good with
What's
y'all?
going on,
What's
y'all?
good with
Man.
What's going on? You know what? I'm glad he brought that up, bro. He neglected to leave out the fact that we traded our whole team at the deadline, bro, and we still somehow made the playoffs. But you still going. But I know everybody in here going to commend that to Katie and Kyrie, the left the best that they records with, bro. Everybody knows
Y'all
that.
made the
Everybody know we
playoffs.
gonna
We
win.
made the
Yo,
playoffs
yo.
without our All NBA caliber power forward and our starting center, who is one of the best offensive
All
players
NBA
in the league.
The reality.
We also had
Wait. Tell
yes, he is a
the whole
two-time All
story.
NBA power
Tell the
forward.
whole
Yes,
story.
he's an
Tell the
All-NBA
whole
power
story.
forward.
Tell the whole
Hold
story,
on,
Elijah.
hold on. I don't want to hit this mute button, but I will. All right.
I did it.
I just gotta finish up these chats, and then we gotta move on to the actual task. And we're gonna get to the Knicks. We're gonna get to the Knicks, and we're gonna get to the 76ers, okay?
And we're gonna get to the Bucks.
Sage needs to know
Why?
when we're talking about the Fraud Bucks team. The same time that you actually get a team. Leaf says the Lakers led for over 150 minutes in that series and had one win to show for it. Big trash, 10 times worse than my Nets. 10 times worse is crazy. How good do you think the Nets
10
are?
times worse than your Nets. Come on, bro. Chill out.
How good do you think the Nets are? What the fuck?
Nah, I just put that in there to make sure Elijah don't say shit, bro. That's all.
Elijah.
I would like to defend the Lakers.
Desto's a nasty. Oh,
I mean, but it's no secret that almost everybody that supports the Knicks is low key Laker fans, bro. So
What?
Let's move on.
I don't know what's
Okay.
It's so crazy.
y'all ain't figured it
So
out
Crazy
yet?
TV says. So
Nah, I
Crazy
ain't
TV
figured out
says.
yet.
Salute casual. Salute brother. Salute. Sage says, according to Mar, he not hurt though.
What are you talking about?
Nahari says that Sage is a Nets fan.
Nahari.
Oh,
Who's just?
I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry.
Nahari.
Okay. He says, Sage says, I'm a Mavs fan. I don't know what we're doing here. Fair enough.
I'm a Raptor
You
fan.
can't like basketball for players. That's not true. You don't like nobody though. That's crazy. Like Sage don't like nobody.
No. I'm not gonna let you do this. Kit Sage actually talks about how he likes Kyrie, and like when he was talking about it, he was talking about how he's got. All right, some nigga I'm banning and kicking from the studio. Some nigga I'm kicking from the studio. Anyway, the rest it says he talks about how he likes Kyrie Irving. I had to kick that nigga. I'm sorry. I ain't not letting a nigga name himself like that.
Hey, I do.
Yeah, I had to hate. I had to hate. Nahari, the Bulls fan, says Luka bin top 5. Sage says I like Kyrie. There you go. Who's the real P5? The one with the power of Banchero.
Fuck that. Oh
That's
my
a bad
God.
joke. I don't like that joke.
Chat. Y'all can't see it, but a nigga literally came in here and his name was better than Zeno.
Yeah, I had to get that nigga, sir. Nah. Nigga ain't coming on to my title.
That nigga disappeared as quick as he showed up.
I definitely didn't see that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I had to beat that nigga on bro.
Yo, what's up, casual man? What's up, casual man?
Just don't say it why you kicked
I see niggas trying to talk crazy on the Bucks, man. Like we ain't the only team in the East with a championship besides the Raptors, man. It's kind of crazy.
You're a Bulls fan. Don't do that now.
Nigga, I'm a Bulls and Bucks fan.
Besides the
Bulls and Bucks
y'all
fan.
be having like
besides
four
the Raptors,
teams, bro.
Why are the Raptors?
Wait, ain't the Bulls and Bucks in the same division?
That nigga
saying, how you rooting for the whole
Nuggets,
division?
Celtics.
I'm rooting. My favorite player in the NBA is Giannis, and I'm from Chicago. So I'll be for the Bulls.
Why are you
that
rooting
simple.
for the Raptors, though? Leave
So
the Raptors.
he's a Bull. You might as well be a Bulls, Bucks, Celtics, Nuggets,
I hate
Lakers.
no. Don't ever Celtics fans never. I could never in my life be a Celtics fan. I'll off
He
myself.
is literally, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. If y'all are in tune with FYF's Discord, if you're not a part of it, please be a part of it. There's an ongoing beef that started earlier this season, and it has carried out into the playoffs between Nahari, the Bulls fan, and True the King. They are at odds. They are the ops.
True just be capping, man.
How can you be a Bulls fan? That does not make sense.
It's not going to happen.
Them niggas don't even sniff the offs.
Because True started this when he was talking about when he was on his high horse with the Celtics to start the season, when he was talking about how the Celtics gonna steamroll through everybody, including the Bucks, and then the Hard was like, man, y'all don't even have the best player. Y'all wouldn't have the best player in the series because Giannis is better, obviously. And so that's how that whole beef started. But all in all, it's been a beautiful beef to see. It has not spilled into the streets. I like Drake and Kendrick. Anyway, we got one more.
Wow. Oh wow.
Wait, let me get the rest of League Brimer put laughing emojis. Nice. We have Desto, Lema, laughing my fucking answer. Why did you kick me? Because your name was better than Zena. I ain't getting disrespect like that. Damn, Zena, laughing my ass off. I was just trolling. Yeah, fuck you. And then League Brimer. Jesus Christ, I'm saying this nigga's name wrong. How are you?
Nigga, that's exactly.
Chicago and Mario right next to each other.
They gotta go to some of the games, bro. Wisconsin and Chicago right next to each other.
And the next person that was been brought up is Dester. The Lakers fan. The Lakers fan that's also somehow a Celtics fan.
I'm not a Celtics fan.
This is.
You are. Your favorite player is Jason Tatum. You're a Celtics fan.
My favorite player is not Jason Tatum. That's a lie.
Favorite player, Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum is one of my favorite players. He is not my favorite player.
Hey, that's worse than having DeMar DeRozan as your favorite player, right?
Who the hell has DeMar DeRozan?
Yeah,
I'm so sorry for you.
I do.
Oh,
I do.
my God.
I feel sorry for Jason Tatum. What are we talking about? DeMar don't got no.
Hey, look, but it becomes more understandable when you find out I'm a Raptors fan.
That's a little more understandable.
I became an OG and an Obi fan when he dunked out on the beat.
Sage says in the super chat, "There's no ops to Bulls fans. The front office is the biggest op." That is,
bro. You don't even have a team.
Agreed. He said it's Dallas though. He said it's Dallas. I don't believe that, not one bit, because that nigga, he ain't. The only player from the Mavs that he spoke about is Kyrie. So is he really a Mavs fan or is he a Kyrie fan?
You Kyrie fan.
All right, yeah, I agree. But nonetheless, all right. So we finna get into these. Into these series that happen in round one. I'm going to go around the table and allow people to either give their point or rebuttal their point. We're gonna start with Leaf. The Lakers and Nuggets series, bro. You said in your super chat before you hopped in. Here it is. Where to go? Oh, here it is. The Lakers led for over 151 minutes in that series and had one win to show for it. Big trash, 10 times worse than my Nets. What's your thoughts on that series, bro?
My thoughts on that series is that the Lakers just simply couldn't close. Most of them games came down the stretch, and Jamal Murray basically turned into the best closer in that series easily. You know, the Nuggets was never phased by none of the leads that the Lakers had. Hence, I still don't even think the Nuggets have played their best game at all in that series or yet in the playoffs. But I think the Lakers' problem is just sustaining all of their leads that they had in the game. I think AD played as well as he could play. I mean, anytime you get the games that you get out of AD for that series, bro, and you don't win, somebody got to get the blame for it. A lot of people would like to say it was Darvin Ham. Me personally, I probably a lot of people will go with D'Lo because the games that D'Lo had, I ain't gonna lie, D'Lo had a donut with no powder, no glaze, no nothing. And I think one of the games that they lost, I think game 3, and then he came through. Austin Reeves was here and there. I was wondering why Rui wasn't getting as much shots in the earlier games, why he wasn't getting as much shots realistically. Because the thing about when you go against the Nuggets, the main part is to attack Jamal Murray and attack Joker as much as possible. But I don't know. I mean, I think the Lakers just couldn't finish. That's all it was, man.
Agreed. And I think we all agree, like, a large problem with the Lakers wasn't them in totality. It was them in,
clutch situations.
Clutch situations.
Second half, fourth quarter.
You could even say just executing in the second half period.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
I think
didn't the Nuggets only shoot like 27% for that whole series?
I ran through it with Zeno, Elijah, and Daryl. The Lakers, for the majority of this, like in all statistical categories and everyone except for Game 5, the Lakers led in all of those categories overall. It was just specifically in the fourth quarter where the Nuggets wiped the floor with the Lakers. Like it looked like night and day between what the Nuggets were doing for quarters 1 through 3 versus what they did in quarter 4. Like quarter 4, they were playing as good as arguably you'll ever see. The execution was like crisp, bro. It was crisp. No, all right, bro. What you got on the Lakers and Nuggets, and also who do you blame for this series?
Hold on. Go to me next game.
Okay. You know what? None other Mr. Flight Sports. OG, what's good, brother? What's good? What's good?
Shout out to you guys, man. Honor to be on the show.
Hey, man, I appreciate you pulling up, man. I know you're a busy man, so we can't waste your time, man. So time is of the essence. What's your thoughts on the Lakers and Nuggets series, and who do you blame for it going this way?
Oh man, I got to go with probably LeBron James. And I don't mean to say that in a negative way. I think that LeBron James, he was like good and bad. There was times where I felt when the Lakers it was close in the game, I felt it was money time. LeBron should have did it. I thought that some of the role players brought him home. And it was like, okay, now LeBron, take over. And I felt like he was still trying to get other people involved, and the instinct wasn't there. And I hate to crucify LeBron on that. But Denver just was overmatched, man, to be honest with you. They was just a better squad. I just got to keep it all the way real. I swear, if they played Oklahoma City, I think we may be having a different conversation today. I don't know if the Lakers is off as we want. I don't think we should jump the gun, in my opinion. I'm trying not to, because I think they're not too far off. But there will be some drastic moves. But it's a messed up situation.
Yeah. Wait, okay, so you think you want to go ahead, Elijah. Go ahead, brother.
Like, I just why do you not you in like just specifically you, but people who have this take of it's LeBron's fault. Why do y'all consistently think that the second best player needs to be the best player in the clutch time situations? Wouldn't it be AD that needs to take these final shots or have the ball in his hands at the end of the game since he's the best player on the team? Playing the best.
No, because AD exerted himself, most of the game. So the thing is, we would expect LeBron to have enough to finish and close games out in the fourth quarter.
LeBron
AD is doing most of the heavy lifting most of the game anyway.
He should have
So
won one
let
of them
the
games
players that
single-handedly.
finish it.
Offensively,
He should have won one.
LeBron
He
should have
should
thought
at least gave him
offensively
one.
is fit more for that role to take over the fourth and take the
okay,
clutch
I
shot.
agree with that.
His skill set,
That
just
I
like
agree.
Giannis, it's like Chris Middleton in 2021 and Giannis. Giannis was clear cut the best player, but Chris Middleton took the shots down the stretch. His skill set, that level of shot creation, you need that, and LeBron is just far better at that than AD. So
That's fine.
But even still, well, go ahead, Zeno. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so essentially what they're saying is, in most teams, the number one and number two, there's someone who punches holes in the defense, and there's a closer, right? On your team, the person that punches the holes and close right now is Brunson. But usually on other teams, there's like someone who's like, for example, Shaq and Kobe. Shaq is supposed to be the dominant force throughout the first 3 quarters, maybe 3 quarters and a half. But when it comes to closing in that fourth, it's always going to Kobe because he has the skill set that allows him to create a shot and generate a shot down the stretch that the big doesn't necessarily have. AD doesn't have like a skill set to consistently create a shot down the stretch for him to win games like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're trying to essentially say.
That's fine, but LeBron just hasn't been a closer since like 2020. He just hasn't been. Even in 2020, it was kind of iffy. You'd have games where AD would be the closer for them. And he would get those last shots, and he was doing it well. He's shown you he can close. And he was clearly the better player in this series. So why would you not give it to your better player who has shown you he can close? Even if you want to say LeBron should have in his hands to play make or set up, whatever, fine. But the player who is hot, who has consistently gotten the better of his matchup, at least as best as he can.
Okay.
As best as he can, because it's Jokic. But why would you not give it to that player? I understand LeBron is the name, but he has not been LeBron like you're talking about for many years now. Years.
The Lakers had some defensive breakdowns too. Like AD could have contested that shot with Murray a little better. Oh, y'all should replay that. Now he might have been gassed. The rotations might have been off. But that was a horrible contest. They had some defensive breakdowns against the Nuggets, and that's what really crucified them. The game was close though.
I think, but
we at this point, we're critiquing AD.
We're relying on. I think there's something to be said about overly relying on AD to do everything defense. Like he can't correct every single misstep on the defensive end for everybody. And then on the offensive end, still got to give you 30 and 15 just for you to stay alive. Like I don't get this notion of I get we can pinpoint to the fact that there was some mishaps, but I don't think that that's AD's fault as much as I think that is the fault of one, the guard play. Like they're allowing too much to go on the perimeter. They're allowing back cuts to happen way more frequently than it should even be allowed to. And then on top of that, when are we going to look at Darvin Ham from the standpoint stop looking at it from the standpoint of rotations? Because I think we were already talking about his rotational mishaps last season, and I don't even think it happened nearly as frequent this series. When are we going to talk about his mishaps of timeouts?
Yeah, and
so he gets into points where he's overexerting these players, so they're too tired to even be consistent on the defensive end. When we're going to talk about Darvin Ham's mishaps of not allowing, and to Elijah's point, when are we going to get to talking about the fact that, granted, LeBron may have skill sets that AD doesn't have, but when are we going to get to the part where we start talking about the fact that as far as a coach, your responsibility is also to remind these players, hey, this player has it going. We're going through this person. That's one of the reasons why Shaq and Kobe work. Granted, Shaq had it for 3.5 quarters or three quarters, and then Kobe got the ball down the stretch because he had the skill set to be able to attack those holes. But ultimately, Phil Jackson had the responsibility, and he executed the responsibility of reminding Kobe, hey, you attack these closeouts, you get into the paint, but as soon as you see that big fella open or you see him being single coverage, you get that ball to him immediately. When are we going to talk about that? Because AD had a mismatch this entire series. An argument can be made. This is probably the closest that we've seen since 2020 of AD being on Jokic's level as far as dominance goes. And yet, for some reason, every time we went down the stretch, everybody was looking at LeBron to take those shots. Everybody was looking for him to create some opportunity for something on the perimeter when that paint was about as naked as you could expect it to be. And they should have went for him down the stretch. I want to go to P5 real quick. Brother, what's going on, man? I haven't heard from you in a minute, man. It's always good to see you. What's your thoughts is in Nuggets series, and who would you blame?
I'm not so. I mean, because I think you guys really covered it pretty well. I'm not sure there's a whole lot I can add, but I can just give my thoughts on it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I heard somebody say this earlier. I'm blaming because it's hard to say blame somebody, right? Because I think the Lakers played at points like really, really well in this series, right? Like we saw what they were, they were up 20 in a game. I feel like every first half they outplayed the Nuggets almost.
Yes.
And I feel like at points they did play amazing defense. At points their offense did look pretty good. We talked about how y'all talked about how great Anthony Davis was. I think LeBron looked really good at really good at stretches throughout the series. I think D'Lo had his moments. He had his lows, but he had his moments. And Darvin Ham didn't do a terrible job with his rotations, like you guys said. But if I'm to blame somebody, and it's tough to put blame on one person, I feel like I want to put it more so on like a factor of the team, and I would say it's the execution down the stretch of games. Because I feel like a lot of times the Lakers had control throughout the game, or like at least throughout the first half and maybe even throughout the first three quarters. But in the fourth quarter, they'll switch something up, and maybe that's on Darvin Ham. And then, players will miss big-time shots, and that could be put on the players. And then we just see how great the Nuggets look, and that can be blamed, on how the Lakers actually match up with the Nuggets. That can potentially be blamed on the front office. So it's a team-wide issue why this team lost. And I feel like it speaks more to volumes of how great of a team the Nuggets are than how terrible the Lakers are. Because, again, I think the Lakers did really play very well. Honestly, in the series, I think they played well. It's just I think the Nuggets are just that good of a team to where they can overcome stuff like that, and they can execute it down the stretch. It shows how great Nikola Jokic is, even though he wasn't as dominant as, maybe some people would have thought, or like Jamal Murray, as even though he didn't play overall that well in the series, he closed games for them, and he hit big shots, and he played very well down the stretch. So I think it speaks more to volumes of how great the Nuggets are than how terrible the Lakers are or how bad of a team they are. But if I'm to blame one thing, it's the execution down the stretch. And that's kind of a team-wide organizational thing. So that's kind of my thoughts on it.
Also, in my opinion, it's a lack of personnel. I don't think they have the good enough guard play to really beat any contending team or even have a chance of winning a championship. When you look at the teams that have won championships, they've all had great guard play, like all of them. The past 6 years, the Lakers don't have great guard play at all. Like Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, they're solid. They're solid. They ain't good enough. They're not good enough. So
I think that go ahead, Flight. You go.
No, you good. No, I was gonna agree with him. You good.
Yeah. I think that the Lakers, in terms of I guess it would consider what do you consider a contender? Because for the most part, I think the way they played would have worked against most teams. The problem is that the Nuggets are such a great team at just getting consistent buckets that it's easier for them to come back and make games closer when they're down by a 20-point, by a 15-point, 17-point deficit. They're just such a good executing team that they can come back from these leads that for most teams, with the level of defense that the Lakers play, with the level of scoring that the Lakers can get you, they wouldn't have come back. I'm not saying that they would have won handily, but a 7-game series for almost any other team with the Lakers is not unreasonable.
Real quick, I just want to say to the person that wanted to join into the stream, I just opened up an extra spot for you, so you're more than welcome to join the panel and give your take. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, but we're going to move on real quick. Leaf has already given his stance, right? Or no? Am I wrong?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And then obviously we gotta go with Brother Desto. Good Brother Desto, man. What's going on, brother?
Let's go.
Salute to my boys.
What's
Shout
up,
out to the casuals, the whole panel. Leaf, P5.
Worse than
We
the
don't
Nets.
get to, I'm not gonna lie to you. When the hell are we gonna get a when we
What's
gonna
good,
get a
Des? Oh, where you been hiding at?
when we gonna get a
Yeah,
Desco and Drew episode, man? We don't see my boys.
Man, we've been ducked off, man. We've been getting to the paint. We been getting to the paint, man. But we gonna get back active though. We gonna get back active for sure.
I got you.
Let me
I
know
got
how
you.
we gotta help, man, because we gotta make this happen, bro. The off season come around, you gotta be a part of one of them episodes.
Oh, definitely, brother, definitely.
Yeah,
But yeah, we gotta talk about my Lakers.
Good
First,
shit.
before we talk about my picture right there with OG dunking on Embiid, that was beautiful to see.
Hold on, chat. I'm gonna put on this.
Shout out Zeno.
PG. There's even some non-PG shit I want to say right now. Oh boy, some non-PG shit I want to say, bro.
But nah, that series it was a little bit similar to the one last year. Honestly, like it was a close. What's the 5-game thing they call it? Gentleman's sweep.
Gentleman's sweep.
It was a close gentleman's sweep, and the biggest thing, and I really thought that last year Jamal and Jokic they outplayed AD and LeBron. This year, I don't think that was the case at all, especially regarding AD. I think he played Jokic to a T. You can make an argument he was better. Only thing you could say, he had that stinger in that 5th game, so he wasn't as effective in the second half. But
I disagree.
Other than that, his his scoring, his defense, rebounding, everything was tremendous this series. Jamal wasn't particularly great except for like in clutch moments, but I felt the defense was pretty solid. Gabe, at least defensively, was bothering him. They was doing some switching. Jamal didn't get off like he did last year, but I think the big thing was some coaching mishaps from the Lakers and just Denver role players, especially Michael Porter Jr. This dude was on fire. It felt like he didn't miss a shot the entire series, bro. Like this dude was just unreal, and we didn't really get real good production from our third best player, I believe, Austin Reeves, until like the end of game 3, and by that time it was 3-0. And it's just a bad matchup. I feel like the Lakers had the blueprint back in 2020, and you can see how it affected the Nuggets yesterday when you had those 3 bigs back when the Lakers had JaVale, Dwight, and AD. That's the best way to guard Jokic and have AD go back at him on the offensive end. And I think it was just a bad matchup personnel wise, coaching wise. They bested us again. That's typically what it was. I don't want to boil it down to just clutch moments because I saw the Lakers. They had some good moments in the clutch in some of those games that weren't as great. And Jamal, he just got it. At the end he got the last possession pretty much in those game winners. So sometimes you got to chalk that up. But
so just you as a Lakers fan, who exactly would you look at to say you could have done better, or you could have done a little more for us?
Rui Hachimura, one. I feel like his defensive, and not even his ability defensively, his IQ defensively was just terrible. Like he was the primary defender on Michael Porter Jr. Sometimes in transition, fast breaks, you end up switching, but primarily he was on Michael Porter Jr. and he was just getting lost. He was going around screens that weren't even set. Like, why are you going under Jokic and he just standing in the mid range and Michael Porter Jr. pop out wide open, the best shooter on the court, like, and offensively, like the main point of you starting is to have, because last year I think we were starting Vanderbilt, and we probably could have started Gabe, but he wasn't giving us nothing offensively. But your main, you were supposed to be a threat offensively, and he just wasn't what he was during the regular season. He was an efficient mid-range shooter and an efficient 3-point shooter in a regular season. And I think he had a decent game 5, but other than that, I didn't see anything that really stood out from Rui. He was missing dunks, he was missing layups, and his defensive IQ wasn't there. Even on that last Jamal Murray shot, we had Torian Prince on the floor, and Rui Hachimura was there too, and he was telling Rui to go help, and he was gonna cover 2 on his side, and Rui just stood there and they was point switching, but actually that was Rui's pickup, to go help out Reeves on that game winner. But yeah, I would say Reeves. I mean, not Reeves. I would say Rui. I would say Darvin Ham, because even though somebody made a point of how like the first 3 quarters, like the first 2 quarters, AD was dominating, which he was, and then we just went away from it. And I don't want to put that on LeBron, even though LeBron isn't on court coaching. He knows more basketball than all of us combined. Darvin Ham, it's supposed to be your job to say, you're the coach. Feed this dude AD. He killing Jokic all night. But, I don't know what happened. Then D'Angelo was shooting threes. LeBron was shooting threes. They was fatigued. The 20-point comeback. I stayed up all night after that. It pissed me off. But
So who's gonna be the right coach for this man?
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would definitely look at Coach Ham.
That's the question.
It was Frank Vogel. It was Frank Vogel.
That's the question I'm about to ask, Flay.
I'm sorry about that.
No. You good. You ask the question again, because that's the question that I was about to ask the panel next.
Yeah, I was just gonna, because I just want to know what's the right coach for this man. We hear the names out there, and like I said, 2 years removed from Vogel being fired. Now it's him.
Well,
We're gonna be having this
Vogel
conversation in 2
They
years.
can't go to Vogel.
Vogel was not a problem.
No,
Vogel lost a lot of players from that 2020 team that made that team hold the float defensively.
And the thing with Vogel, and this is why Vogel shouldn't be fired. I remember it was the year after we won the championship. With AD playing half the season, LeBron getting hurt because Solomon Hill fell on his ankle, the Lakers still had like the number 1, number 2 defense in the league, and that is Coach Vogel indeed. Yeah, he's not an offensive coach, but you still saw what he could do. That year after we lost, that year after we got Westbrook, you took away all his defenders.
They were the best defense in the NBA that year.
Yeah, and you took away all his defenders. You gave him
in 2021. They were the best defense.
Yeah, in 2021 they had the best defense in the NBA. They just had a bottom 10 offense.
Yeah, and
which when LeBron and AD are out because they're not healthy, like no shit,
Yeah. And then in 2022, you put all these old players on the team: DeAndre Jordan, Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook. LeBron was old at that point. AD was hurt. Your best defender. What's the other dude?
LeBron played half the season as well.
Y'all had older players the year before, bro. Y'all had Dwight and Rondo.
Can I add to that?
They did not have all old players in 2020.
Dwight, Rondo,
KCP, Alex Caruso,
Danny Green.
No. He's saying in 2022 when Russell Westbrook got there. Remember, it was LeBron, Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook, Isaiah Thomas.
It's Isaiah Thomas. Like, are you kidding me? Wayne Ellington. Come on, bro.
The Lakers.
Trevor Ariza.
Like, I don't think that roster was fitting for Vogel at all. Like, Vogel needs a different. You took away Alex Caruso. You took away KCP, his best chasers, his best point of attack defenders. Kuzma, who was a capable defender. AD was hurt, and then you try to then they want to fire Vogel. Like, I don't understand that the personnel did not fit Vogel's scheme at all. And it was just a terrible matchup. And he didn't get along with Russell Westbrook. It was a terrible matchup. Vogel shouldn't have been fired.
When Carmelo Anthony was there, in the beginning, see, we were just remembering how it all ended. That season, Melo was breaking records. You had LeBron Prince.
That was very unsustainable.
This and that. I understand, but that's up to LeBron as the playmaker to keep shit like that as well. It started off great. Carmelo Anthony.
They did start off bad. They were like the 7th seed.
This is just wrong. Hey, I'm the biggest Carmelo fan there is. This is wrong, bro.
Are we misremembering how Melo played overall that season?
Yeah,
Melo was a good shooter. That was about it.
He could get a shot when he was on the black hole. And he could not play defense at all.
Yeah, he was like,
watching Carmelo play that year,
and that was the
so
most
nasty.
unsustainable thing. Like, yeah, he started off great shooting threes, but other than that, once that went away, he was just wasn't that like his last season in the league?
Yeah, hold on. Wait a minute.
I ain't gonna lie, they
To be
finished,
honest with you, to be quite frank with you, the month of October and the month of February carries that 37% from the 3-point line so heavily because those months he shot 52% from the three. If you take those months out, that nigga shot 34% on 7 attempts. While also giving you terrible defense. He was a black hole on the offensive end. When he touched the ball, you could book it. That nigga not passing the ball.
Yeah.
That nigga.
I ain't gonna lie. I actually like Carmelo. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I'm saying. Like Carmelo was a horrible. He was so bad defensively. He was so bad defensively. Like I'm gonna lie. The defense alone made him a huge negative. And again, Carmelo was cool. He could hit a three from time to time. That was about it.
And he was so slow at that point and big that he couldn't play anywhere else but the 4.
Yeah,
he was only a 4 at that point. And so
I think that's the huge difference between Vogel and Ham. Like Ham, once Ham started Rui, I think in January the Lakers had like the 5th best record in the league or something like that. But they was just he was starting Cam Reddish and Tony Prince like non-starters. Like,
I don't know what he was doing.
Did Austin Reeves regress?
He benched Austin Reeves, he benched D'Lo. Like,
you said, did Austin Reeves regress?
Yes. Did he regress this season? Because he was on track to be like All-Star, USA Basketball All-Star. Remember what happened?
He was not all. That's Lakers. That's Lakers.
No, I said he was on track. On track. Hold on, wait a minute.
You got Lakers media, bro.
He was on track.
Nah, he was definitely not on track.
That was the bullshit ass vote.
Yeah,
I can tell you this. No. I can tell you this. I can tell you this for free. I never got trapped in that genjutsu. I'm talking about since last season when he just broke out. I remember all these Laker fans trying to say that he was on Maxi's level, and I said, do not fall for the genjutsu. Do not fall for the what I call it?
Do not be fooled by the trickery, bro. I knew for a fact that whatever
it was him and
trickery. It was Austin Reeves. It was Austin Reeves and Cam Thomas this year.
Niggas was really moved by Cam Thomas.
No. Relax with Cam Thomas. But I think what was talking about when
Cam
I
Thomas
said
is trash. Sorry.
Yeah, you got it. What I was saying is Austin Reeves is the Lakers' new industry plant. At least Alex Caruso grew up to become like one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, guard defenders. So he actually had staying power. This guy,
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves. There you go. He is an industry plant. I was trying to tell people. Now people start
Austin Reeves is
fine.
Austin Reeves is good.
No,
basketball player.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm talking about from the aspect of people saying he had a higher ceiling than he actually did, and that he was going to grow up to be much better than what he projects he should really be.
I don't know those people.
A really good high level.
I don't know those people.
A really good high level.
I don't have conversations with those people.
It sounds like Twitter.
I've seen a couple of Lakers fans say he was going to be All-Star.
They're the Lakers fans, bro.
They're Lakers fans.
They were saying stuff like, oh, when he was starting, he was averaging like 16, 17 points to like 70 true shooting. I said, you got it, bro. Yeah, especially in the league when no one's carrying.
That's when he was getting James Harden whistle.
Is Austin Reeves capable of being a 18 to 17, 18 point per game scorer on good efficiency? Yeah, because he's good at getting to the line. He's good at hitting his shots. He's an offensive talent. That's what he is. That's fine. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, like
I just sit here, fight for my life against these bums.
I don't understand because nobody put him. Like you can say that they were probably having talks of putting him in places that he didn't belong, but I don't remember him being an all-star like votes. I don't remember people saying that he was an all-star caliber player. I don't remember.
You're telling me you don't remember them the votes? No. I'm almost certain you guys saw that how some of those votes were showing that Austin Reeves were like 10th best guard in the league type shit in those All-Star votes.
And that bothered you?
Yeah.
That bothered you, nigga?
Nah. These Lakers. No, you know why? Because I had to go. No, last season. No.
He's
I'm not
chatting,
doing
bro.
I let
He's trying to get
everyone.
his
I let
info
everyone.
out.
No. I let everyone speak. I had to deal with coming into this season that Austin Reeves and Tyrese Maxey were in the same tier. I had to deal with that. And I'm thankful Maxey said, I am not dealing with these bombs no more. I'm glad.
Bless you, brother, because there were bigger shit that was on your hands, and we're about to move to them right now. Hey, Flight, Leaf, Desto, Nahari, do you guys want to stick around, man? Because we got more basketball talk.
Oh yeah, I'm sticking around till y'all done.
All right, let's go. Let's get to work.
Yo, Casual. Look at our DMs. Look at our Good chat.
Real quick, I just want to send a shout out to the 4 viewers that we got so far. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you have a chance, you see our social medias at the bottom: Instagram, Twitter, or X, and TikTok. Please make sure to follow us. We try to be as active on there as possible. There's a video going around about on Up the Scores show. Shout out to them. Of me giving my top 5 all time. So and it's popping right now. So please make sure to go and follow there, and we'll get with you. But we're gonna move to this next series, and this has 2 of my panelists' favorite teams went head to head. One came out and they wear orange. The New York Knicks versus the Philadelphia 76ers. This series, I might say, even though it only went 6, damn it, I wish it went 7, because to me, and this is my opinion, it might be a hot take, it was the best series out of the first round.
No, it's not a hot take.
It was a defense. If you love defense, if you love real basketball execution, making adjustments on the fly, this was a master class. Tom Thibodeau showed his ass off. Nick Nurse, even with him, not having a fully healthy group to be able to really, maximize this series the best that it probably could be, quotes, unquotes. He coached his ass off. The stars came out to play: Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, even on one leg, Jalen Brunson, along with Josh Hart, of all players.
Steven Chancellor played well too.
No, he didn't. Don't say that.
He did. He was making plays. He was making plays. I'm talking about as far as making plays. He was making plays.
I want to
Game 2.
Okay. I want to go. Hold on, Elijah. I'm about to pass this to you right now. What was your thoughts about this series overall, and how do you feel about your team coming out on top? No deal.
I feel like we had to fight. It was a fight every single game. It was great, man. I knew the series was gonna be like one where both teams were just gonna end up being like neck and neck to the end of the game. Every single time it's gonna come down to execution, come down to players making the right shots, and my team did. Shout out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart was the MVP of this series. He was there. If he wasn't scoring, he was rebounding. If he wasn't rebounding, he was defending. And if he wasn't doing that, he was hitting some clutch, timely shot. He was there at every point of the game. He was playing 48 minutes a game. Shout out to Josh Hart, man. Tyrese Maxey as well. I was sleeping on Tyrese. He really showed up and showed out, especially for a first-year player.
Are you from New York?
No.
Okay. But you're a Knicks fan.
Yeah. Because of Carmelo was my favorite player.
Right.
And Joel Embiid played his second best series all time, even with the bum knee, even with the bum face. So I don't want to hear too much about this whole, he was injured, because he played better than he played against a lot of y'all teams, and we still were able to pull out the win. Shout out to Jalen Brunson as well. He did what he was supposed to do as the star player on the team. He showed up, showed out, made every shot that he needed to make to get us to win.
Yeah, the Knicks had him. Man.
I'm not gonna lie, with the Joel Embiid injury thing, it's like he's always injured in the playoffs. So it's like, I don't know what you mean. I mean, I know this is the second best playoff series, but I can't go lie. The only time he's been healthy in the playoffs is like 2020.
That's his best one.
Julius Randle.
Real quick, so we got another person that played a factor in this series. He's a Philadelphia 76ers fan. He was one of the main supporters for Joel Embiid winning MVP until he went down and unfortunately didn't meet the requirements to win it. Mr. Zeno, man, go ahead and talk about your thoughts about this series. And where does the 76ers go from here?
I mean, if you was here on the Stellar Buckets where we did the pre-recording, I spoke about it already. I said this is going to be a very hard series. It's going to go 6-7. I spoke about how the Knicks are going to abuse us on the boards. I said, because since I'm a Sixers fan, I will be going 6-7. But if I was thinking from my brain, I'd go Knicks in 6. And guess what? Knicks in 6. So I'm not really pressed about it. I understood and I never denied how great. I'm not really pressed about how the Knicks won the series. I actually have the Knicks going all the way to ECF, just because I just don't trust the Pacers. And honestly, I'll be real with you. I think it's better for the Knicks to reach the ECF than we did, outside of Embiid's legacy. So he doesn't have the people saying, "Oh, he can't make it out of the second round." The fact that the Knicks, from what I want to say 2-3 seasons, I want to say after when Carmelo left the Knicks, they have not really been close to making the playoffs. And then Julius Randle in, I want to say 2021, allowed them to get into the playoffs. So for 3 seasons now, out of the 3 seasons, they've reached the playoffs twice, and now they're most likely going to be in the ECF. That's amazing. And I think that's going to allow and push them forward, getting certain players to actually want to join the Knicks, and actually maybe they can actually get to the stage where they're a championship team. I respect their grind. I respect their hustle and their effort. I think that's really great, and I'm thankful that not every team is very dominant and out executes you in like X and O's, all that type of stuff. Sometimes get the rebound. Sometimes you're gonna make those shots. Sometimes you have to constantly give your team more offensive rebounds and more offensive possessions. And then the Knicks did that to us. They just played us and they dragged the series on into their favor, and they won the series. And by the way, Jalen Brunson, congratulations for winning the first. Congratulations for one of your. Is this his first season being? No, it was the second season, right? Winning
this
as the number one round.
Yeah, it's the second round as number one.
Yeah, congratulations for your second time reaching the second round as the number one option. I think that's great for you as well.
Flight, did you ask a question? Or
Yes, I did, because everything he said was intelligent. I don't want to move too fast, but as a Knicks fan, like I said, I was born a Knicks fan. I know, Kadri, you might think I'm a fan of all these other teams, but I am a Knicks fan. I got orange and blue in my veins. I'm from New York. You understand? I was born in the Bronx, but he was talking about the Eastern Conference Finals. You understand? And as any Knicks fan, we need to slow the hell down. You understand? Because I'm starting to. It's like I was going to save this for some other content, but I'll share it right here on Vanity Sports Debates.
You know something, Flight? I was thinking the exact same thing, bro.
Yeah. I don't want to.
I bet you were over there in Cancun. I bet you were.
They're not even in Cancun. All the wetness are.
So I have these things that go in my head. I have these notes and shit, so I write it down. So the Knicks got to make sure. I feel like I'm in deja vu of when Carmelo was in the same situation. We thought that the Knicks had the 2 seed. You understand? The same, just like we are in right now. You understand? We were thinking about the Miami Heat, the Big 3, and all that stuff in South Beach, and we overlooked the Indiana Pacers. You understand? And now hold on. That team was. I ain't gonna lie. I thought we was gonna wipe the floor with them. Just like Knicks fans are thinking now. You understand? And we got beat down. That team, David West, them dudes annihilated us. So I just want the Knicks to take this team very seriously. Knicks fans, we need to pump the brakes, because the Pacers can mess around and ruin all our dreams. I'm telling you, we need to slow. I was sick that game. You understand? When it was Game 6, when Carmelo and people do Melo dirty. He had 45 points, had a bad shoulder. J.R. Smith, Copeland, and these dudes went AWOL. You understand? So, I mean, it was a lot that went into it. Carmelo gave them dudes everything they could handle. George, all of them. You know, I remember it like it was yesterday. So I just want to put some respect on Carmelo's name. And
Hold up.
yeah, do your homework on that game 6.
Melo did go crazy in that game.
Yo, Fly, I want to say
problem
something.
is that Melo as a
I want to say something real quick. I want to say something real quick, like as a Buck, because I know y'all gonna get to the series later, but as a Buck supporter, I watched all those games. I rewatched the games. Like, you don't got nothing to worry about. That's all I got to say.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you really don't have a damn thing to worry about. This shit is over in 3, bro.
I think y'all sweeping. I'm being honest. I'm just keeping it right. I'm sweeping.
If the same Pacers come back that were playing the Bucks and they play the same way and they don't improve,
pack them up. I got the Knicks. I got
the Knicks at 4 as well.
Sadly, I got the Knicks in 3, bro. Like, this shit is over with, bro. Like, the Pacers, they just don't rebound. They don't defend enough. They're not scaring anybody defensively, bro.
Tyrese Halliburton got like no self-creation. Like, this man can't. We gonna get into
Tyrese
that.
Halliburton, bro, is very.
Right now.
Yeah, he's very simple, bro. You just send him left, bro. Like, he giving that ball up. It's just that.
I don't like how he made USA basketball either over Brunson. That's gonna be something. You got Obi coming back to the Garden. This might be. Get your popcorn. Get your popcorn for this series.
You said Obi?
Hey, the popcorn's gone from last series.
Wait. Hold up. Flight. Listen, the fact that you led with a role player coming back to the Garden, bro, just tells me that this series.
Obi Toppin was beloved in New York.
But I was gonna say the crowd. No. Figure out how the crowd gonna treat Obi. That's what I was trying to say. Not Obi coming back to dominate, but just the way the crowd gonna dog him. I mean, this is gonna be a series, man. They're gonna shit on Halliburton. They're gonna give it to Obi. You know, so another thing, the Pacers got the quickest pace. As I was studying their team, you know, the Knicks got the slowest. So I mean,
but you left out the most important part. The Knicks slow down transition teams. That's what they do. They get back on defense. They rebound. They don't get burnt on fast breaks all day long.
Playoffs too.
We get burnt on fast breaks pretty bad, actually, just because we crash so hard.
I'm just not taking the Pacers.
But the thing is, bro, y'all rebounding doesn't allow y'all to get burnt on fast breaks as much. With a team like
it makes us get burnt more. When you go gang rebound and they get the ball, their guys are already down while you just tried to gang rebound. You get
exactly.
But the thing is, y'all don't have to. But the thing is, y'all don't have to gang rebound in this series because the Pacers rebounding is lack thereof. Myles Turner is applesauce, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like that like the rebound battle should be a problem.
I do want to say that there's certain bigs. I do want to say that certain bigs are better. I always call your bigs are better at rebounding. Hartenstein and also the offensive bound demon in Mitchell Robinson. I think that those players and also Josh Hart being
that's the offensive rebounding demon right there.
Demon too. Both of them are offensive rebounding demons. I think that's enough if you're gonna try and crash the boards, and I even think that they're just gonna let Mitchell Robinson or just the big gang rebound. I think they're gonna play less of the trying to get more offensive possessions and just play half court defense. They have the personnel to do that, and especially Brunson is just gonna pick on any guard that he can see.
That's true.
Brunson is gonna have.
But I mean, okay. Slow down, because we're going a little bit too far ahead. Leaf, what was your thoughts on the Knicks versus Sixers game? And please be unbiased, nigga.
I thought the Knicks was gonna wrap it up in 5, but they had a all-time Knicks fumbling like they always do for all my lifetime.
He still finds a way to be biased, doesn't he?
Nah, that's not biased, bro. Like it's the truth. They fumbled it. They fumbled it. They fumbled the bag. Yeah.
To be fair, just like us in
anytime you give up 6 points to one person under 25 seconds, that's a fumble, bro. Like it is what it is. But it's a big time. Well, it actually was 7 because he had a 4-point play. But I thought the Knicks was going to end that series in 5. It's held to a higher standard in the next series. But this series, I think it came down to defensive strategies. I think Nick Nurse pulled out his best strategies in the first 2 games because Brunson, he was just making Brunson give up the ball and making somebody else beat him, and that's exactly what happened in the first 2 games. I think Hart, DiVincenzo, everybody had contributed. McBride had himself a game in one of them games. I don't remember if it was game one or two. Rebounding wise, they dominated the rebounds the entire series. That wasn't even a question. Defensively, they showed up, and I think Nick Nurse showed a lot of defensive strategies in the first 2 games with Brunson, because Brunson in the first 2 games was shooting like 15 for 60 or some shit like that. And then in game 3, obviously they won with probably one of the most heroic performances I ever seen out of Joel Embiid, with 50 points. Would hit that 50-point game, but I knew it wasn't going to be sustainable. Brunson came alive in the last 3 games. Like with the performances that he had. I think he had 47 in game 4, another 40 in game 5, and then another 40 in game 6 to close out the series. But all in all, I think the Knicks had the advantage going into that series easily on the rebounds, obviously, but because Philly rebounding is lack thereof. The others, Tobias Harris is aka Toby, is an absolute joke. He's one of the highest paid players to put up an absolute donut, no sugar, no frosting, no nothing, no sprinkles, no nothing. Like in a closeout game, he should never get another check in this league again. But he's gonna steal money. Obviously the Knicks, and the same thing should be said about the Knicks in this upcoming series.
Look at Zeno.
They should dominate easily.
They chose him over Jimmy Butler.
No, they just because the reason why I see this is because people just OD stuff. Like, yeah, I'm not denying Tobias was garbage that series, but saying that just move on. Go ahead. I definitely want to carry on.
No, Tobias.
My apologies, Zeno. But I like to dig the
knife. No, I know you want to troll. It's cool.
No.
To be quite honest with you, say it again, Flight. I'm sorry.
No, I said he should be ashamed of himself, Tobias Harris. Because of the money he's making. Like I said, his production doesn't match the salary. It's a shame that he hasn't progressed. He only had one all-star caliber season when he was with the Clippers, and it seemed like he never really got back to that. He just been collecting money and all this other stuff. I don't know.
I feel like y'all are. I feel like people are being different. People are being hard on Tobias Harris when in actuality, we need to have a conversation about him that we need to have with a lot of these stars that's miscast because of the money that they're getting paid.
Exactly.
Like Tobias Harris is not good enough to be cast as the third best option on a championship level team, but yet he is that for this Philadelphia 76ers team, and the reason for that is because he's the third highest paid player on this roster. Now, once this contract is up and it gets restructured, he will likely never touch the money that he's getting paid now, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Tobias Harris is a fine player in this league. He's one of the better players in this league. The problem is he's on a roster where he's asked to do something that he's just not capable of doing. And that's one of the conversations that we need to have with some of the stars that's on, really, to tell you the truth, a lot of these teams. We're going to have those conversations this offseason for a player like Paul George. Y'all ready to have that conversation? Because I've been ready to have those conversations. We're going to have those conversations about LeBron James. Y'all ready to have those conversations? Because I've been ready to have those conversations. We're going to have those conversations for a lot of these players. Kevin Durant is included in those conversations, where you're getting touted as this player that can be a number 1, number 2, number 3 on these championship level teams, and you're just not that guy either anymore, or you were never that guy. It is what it is.
Kawhi.
Kawhi,
low key.
Kawhi. I would agree with y'all, but Kawhi just got an extension, man, and Joel just played one of the best series of his career. But I don't know if he's going to be able to sustain that going forward in his career at all. But Toby played terrible in the series. He did, bro. Like it is what it is.
He typically plays bad in series that he's asked to step up. He played bad. People didn't talk about it because James Harden was playing so well again in the Boston Celtics series. But the games that that Joel Embiid was missing and he had to step up into a larger role, you realize Tobias Harris didn't play that well in those series either, right? Those series where Ben Simmons was hurt, and so Joel Embiid needed Tobias Harris to step up because he didn't have another scoring option. You realize Tobias Harris didn't play well in those series.
I don't really like.
Tobias Harris has never been the guy that you should go to when you're asking for a player.
Anytime somebody by the name of Toby got to step up with somebody with the initials B and S, bro. Like it's just bad work, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like it always.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You stress the hell out of that. Anyway, OG, what's your thoughts on the Flight? Flight. What is your thoughts on the Knicks and 76ers series?
Man, I thought it was a good series.
I thought it
was gonna be possibly more competitive, but Embiid, with his, limitations, it just changed everything. I thought that he couldn't get no rebounds. He couldn't get nothing. So limitations by crashing on the boards. So that I think that the Knicks was just a better team, but Embiid being hurt changed everything. If Embiid was healthy, I think I ain't gonna lie, they might have pushed the Knicks. I don't know. The Knicks might have won in 7, but. The Knicks had the toughest series out of all of them in the East. I will admit that. So that could bode well for them moving forward. But keeping it on the Sixers series, I thought the number one underlying factor was Embiid's limitations. That was really just everything to me. Did y'all hear what I said?
I heard everything.
I don't agree with none of it, but I heard it. I heard it for sure.
Yeah, well, this is my opinion.
You mean you're not saying as a player, right? You say it's because he was injured he was injured.
No. Let me tell you, not as a player.
Injured,
listen, Joel Embiid is a top 5 player in the world. I'm just telling you that the knee just made everything just like we didn't get a chance to go against real Embiid. He put up 50 with one leg. Could you imagine if he had both the legs? I mean. That's what I'm
not gonna lie to you.
Julius Randle.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You see, Elijah, I'm not saying it this time. I just wanted to. You see what I'm trying to do? I'm just trying to keep it respectful. I was gonna do this even if we won or lost. I didn't care. I was gonna keep it respectful and just keep it pushing. You see how I'm not glazing?
No, I couldn't do this.
I just want people to know.
I mean, Zeno, you had to know this was coming, though, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Never shot over 45% from the field, and we're talking about what he could have done in a 50-point game with 2 legs.
Zeno, you had to know this was coming, though,
this on knowing that most of his shot that is from the mid range and from the 3-point line. But okay, cool.
That's fine. That's fine. Even still shooting
people
45 as a big man in general is bad. If your mid ranges aren't falling, stop fucking shooting mid ranges. I don't like. You're a big man. You're 7'2". You are 7 foot tall. Like you can dunk.
7'2". It's so deep.
But he had times when he could have going into the
he
couldn't jump. I mean, like he was on one leg. I don't know what to say. He couldn't get to the leg.
That's fine. He can be on one leg. That's great for him.
Let's just move on.
He played his second best series of his career. What more do you want from this nigga?
That's just shows you how good he is. The fact that he's on one leg.
I think we just need to be good. But I do think that is something to be said about. Even though he had the best series, the second best series of his career. I think we also do have to acknowledge that with him being on one leg, there were limitations to how effective he could be. He probably could have been even better had he been more healthy. Because one of the things that I was talking about the Knicks and 76ers series, both before and after, I said that this is going to be a series of how good they can be able to contain the Knicks on the boards. If Joel Embiid is healthy enough to try to crash the boards, which ultimately I don't think he was able to be because he was on one leg. And so if you have him crash those boards, the Knicks, one, you're not going to get them off the boards overall because they have too many players that are attacking the board. You have OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, Jalen Brunson even stuck his nose in there in game 3 or game 2 or game 3. Like you have this just really Tom Thibodeau has gang rebounders like that. This is gang of rebounders that he sends there. And so even though Joel Embiid, if you send Joel Embiid in there to go and get rebounds, they're going to come out with it the majority of the time. And when they come out with it, if they catch Joel Embiid lacking, that means your big man that's supposed to be down there protecting the rim whenever they inevitably try to get on fast breaks, he ain't there. They tried that in game 4, and you know what happened? The New York Knicks blew the door open on them possessions, taking it all the way every time with no resistance at the rim because Joel Embiid was stuck down low after he tried to get those rebounds. So I feel like this series was really just it was really the Knicks series to lose from the beginning, and people just weren't ready to be honest, because the Knicks, they're the better rebounding team, they're the more consistent and better defensive unit. Offensively, even though people look at the 76ers that have Joel Embiid, the MVP candidate, as far as pieces that are able to create opportunities for not just themselves, but one another, the Knicks are just more complete of a unit. Sure, you can say Dante DiVincenzo and Josh Hart can't create their own shot, but they can definitely attack closeouts. They can attack those closeouts and they create opportunities for Mitchell Robinson to get a quick drop-off dunk. They can create opportunities for Hartenstein to get a quick drop-off dunk. It also helped that Hartenstein had the series of his career as far as hook shots go. This nigga was shooting hook shots.
He couldn't miss a floater. Couldn't miss a floater.
I know that I've been watching Hartenstein since he's been on the Clippers. I knew this nigga could rebound. I knew this nigga could defend. He just needed more minutes and a place that would give him more minutes so he could actually play his game. I'm sorry. I didn't think that this nigga Hartenstein would not miss a floater to.
And I'm not gonna lie.
He's been doing this. But he's been doing this, bro.
Elijah. I'm almost certain you don't see this nigga taking like 10, 15 shots and hitting like 10 of them. I'm almost certain
he does. He definitely got hotter as the series went on. Like he was more comfortable taking those shots. Just the thing with 6-game series. He does this. Him and Jalen Brunson, they talk about this all the time. Even like when you watch Knicks games, the way Jalen Brunson will penetrate into the paint, get Hartenstein open for that little floater. That's like their whole 1-2 game. That's what they do.
And then add that to the fact that Josh Hart shot way more efficient than I thought he was going to from 3. Like he was like the only way I saw the Sixers surviving this was if Josh Hart, when he got those open opportunities, because I knew that he was going to get those open opportunities to knock down threes, that he wasn't going to convert it at the rate that he ultimately did. Once he did that, bro, the Sixers were cooked. They were doomed because you could not, that meant you could not sell out on rim pressure because the perimeter was were handling their business, and you couldn't fully push into the perimeter because Joel Embiid was limited as far as his movement was. So that meant his rotations were going to be slightly off, which meant they were going to get free reign at the rim if you fully did that. So they essentially had to play moderate defense all through and through, and Jalen Brunson capitalized on that as the season waned. As the series waned, Josh Hart capitalized on that from the jump, and then Hartenstein, because Joel Embiid could not fully push in on him and play the tight level of defense on the post. Hartenstein was getting free reign in the mid-range to rim area to knock down that floater. And so ultimately, this Knicks versus 76ers series, in my opinion, I felt like it was the Knicks series to lose from the jump. People weren't ready to accept it, but they're ready to accept it now. And they need to start to realize. I did. Yeah, people need to start to be honest about who the Knicks are right now. They're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Because of the matchup. Even against the Bucks without Giannis, the Indiana Pacers showed their hand. Offensively, they are fantastic. But you know what's going to kill them? They rely too heavily on that three-point line. So heavily that a lot of the series against us, the reason why I went 6 games was because the Pacers would shoot themselves out of the leads that they created with that same 3-point dominance. They were relying so heavily on Nimbar to knock down threes. What's my guy's name with the
Neesmith?
Neesmith. They were relying on Neesmith to knock down threes. They were relying on Tyrese Halliburton to knock down threes. Which shout out to Nahari. No space can be created with Tyrese Halliburton's ball handling. Pascal Siakam had to even start to go to the 3-point line for him to create.
They have the rookie in there.
Yeah, exactly. Miles Turner had to turn. I got a question. Back the clock to when he came out the seams as a floor spacer in the last game of the series. So they rely on that, and then defensively, they are atrocious. Jalen Brunson. Y'all, people were sitting here talking about, well, Jalen Brunson shot 46% true shooting against a hampered 76. What the fuck do you think he's gonna do against Indiana?
My nigga Patrick Beverly. I ain't gonna lie. He about to have the series of his life. I ain't gonna lie. Patrick Beverly.
He about to average.
Patrick Beverly had the game of his life against that Indiana Pacers.
That's what I'm saying.
You think Jalen Brunson was cooking?
Yeah. He about to have the series of his life. And I wanted to add on to something that Flight said, bro.
I want to talk about the Pacers. I'm waiting to
get to the defensive end, but just offensively alone, the Knicks outmatched the Pacers in exactly what they want to do. And then rebounding wise, they are the Knicks in this postseason, they're the best by a wide margin. They're the best rebounding team in the postseason. There's not a team. I don't care. You can love the Boston Celtics are better than them in every category.
Minnesota.
Rebounding ain't one of them. The Denver Nuggets are better than the Knicks in every category, but defense and rebounding. Every team that they go up against during this postseason run, the one thing that they can rely on is their defense and their rebounding. They're always going to rebound people.
Nah, Kaz. I think the second closest might be Minnesota, but I think it's a wide gap.
It's a significant gap because even with the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert is carrying the majority of the weight. The Knicks have legitimately 2 double-digit rebounders that are consistent in this postseason between Josh Hart and Ford. No. Two consistent double-digit rebounders.
Josh Hart, consistent rebounder.
Josh Hart is he not a consistent rebounder, a double-digit rebounder?
He is a consistent double-digit rebounder, but I want my only
Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson. Right. And even Hardenstein has his moments where he decides, I'm going to get the glass as well. And Jalen Brunson decides, I'm going to hit the glass as well. OG Anunoby the glass as well. Like they have too many that are willing to go and crash the boards for an extended period of time. Like it's not like a possession or two. They're looking to do this shit all night long on y'all.
To add to what Buddy was saying, actually it was 3 series where Jalen Brunson was the number 1 option because if you go to that Utah series, Luke only played 2 games, so Jalen Brunson was the number 1 option in that series realistically against Utah when his last year in Dallas, so it's realistically 3. But continuing on about what you were saying about the rebounding battle, what the Knicks have done is extraordinary. On the rebounds. I just want to know how long it's going to last because if Josh Hart is 6'4" and he goes up against a team that rebounds back and defends back and basically, it knows how to expose mismatches, then it's going to be lights out. But I want to know how long it's
that's the Celtics.
I want to know how long. You just
described the Celtics.
I did I?
Yeah, that's the Celtics.
But with or without Porzingis?
No. Tatum is still one of the better rebounders in the league. It's the Celtics.
Wait, Elijah, you're frozen.
Elijah, I would appreciate that, but at the same time, my whole thing is like I feel like the Knicks rebounding and defense can only be counter-reacted by size on the front line, and that's still the Celtics. That's where a team like Denver. I don't know about the Celtics. I think that's where a team like Minnesota or Denver comes in.
Elijah, check chat.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it might be finals in your future. It ain't no Larry O'Brien trophy in your future, but it might be finals.
Finals is kind of nasty, too. I mean, I hate the Celtics, but they probably going to make the finals. So I can't.
Oh, no. I think they're better than the Knicks in every single category except for
defense and rebound.
It depends,
no, not
and
just
also,
just rebounding.
It depends on KP self too, because if KP's not there, then the Knicks have a chance.
I think they're still the better. They're still the better defense because of the versatility that they have. And I think the only hand that the Knicks probably have an advantage in is like rim protection. But the Celtics don't operate around the rim nearly enough for that to be as effective in that specific series. Like,
I'll be honest with you.
I know what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. I said they would have a chance. I still think the Celtics would.
Oh no, they'll have a chance.
But with KP, I don't think they have a very good chance.
They'll have a chance. I was just saying the Celtics are like they are majority like favorable in every single category except for rebounding.
I think the
but
Vegas
also
odds,
casual. That thing you say the Pacers do. I've seen the Celtics do the same thing in the playoffs multiple times, even this year. They can shoot themselves out of games.
Agreed, but do you think that Jason Tatum's creation is as bad as Tyrese has shown this postseason so far?
No,
I mean,
I ain't gonna lie.
Not as bad.
It's not as bad.
But, Tyrese might be a fast break merchant.
So much better.
Might be. He is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even super high on JC's self creation, but it clears Halliburton's.
Oh yeah, it does. It definitely does. I mean, but JT does like the mismatch hunt a lot, but his creation definitely does clear. It's a lot of people team on they self creation kind of clears Tyrese Halliburton, but I ain't gonna get into that. But what I will say, I think for those of y'all that haven't been on like the betting odds or whatever, the Knicks in Minnesota actually look in the finals look like something that's probably could happen. That probably could happen. So I mean, I don't think the Knicks could beat either Minnesota or Denver in the 7-game series, but I mean.
Oh no, I don't think anybody will take them either. But what I was basically saying to how good of a rebounding unit there is, and how they will always have a chance in games, in series, just because the quality of second chance points that they create for themselves.
Yeah, I'm on that job, man. I gotta get going, bro.
Yeah, salute, Leaf. We're gonna run through the rest of these, and then we're gonna give our predictions so we can go ahead and head up out of here. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and just get through the ones that I think we all had agreed where they weren't that it wasn't going to be very close between the two. Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. I'm gonna go ahead and let one person cook on one, and then we'll move to the next one. I'm gonna let the next person. All right. Does that sound fair? Zeno, I want you to go ahead and cook on the Celtics versus Heat, brother.
Why me? I have nothing to say.
Okay.
The Celtics.
All right, Lizzie.
I genuinely don't have anything to say about this team other than like the Heat got a lucky win because they had to break their 3-point record of shooting just to win a game. The Celtics handled business in 5. That's pretty much it. Oh, also, Jason Tatum didn't have a good series.
Talk about it.
I mean, we've been knowing he's a fraud.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about that series.
All right, Nahari, I'm gonna let you cook on this one. New Orleans Pelicans versus Oklahoma City Thunder.
I mean, it ain't really much to say about this series. The first game was good, and then it was just a lack of personnel. No Zion, Brandon Ingram didn't play well. It's not much to say. The Thunder just completely outclassed them, outmatched them, better coached. It is what it is.
I do also want to say a large thing that had me on the ropes about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being in top 5 conversations was I needed to see how he did in the postseason. I am pleased to be wrong about that. I think we should be very honest about Shai. I am very, very critical of his lack of ability to floor space when he does not have that mid-range going. He did struggle in game 1. And even game 4, he struggled. And the fact that he can't shoot the 3 at an efficient clip, that is something to monitor. But I was very, very I appreciated the fact that when he did not have it going on the offensive end, he turned it up on the defensive end, and he started to crash the glass even more and more so. I was even more impressed with the fact that he was making plays for his teammates on a more consistent basis than he even did in the regular season. Him and J-Dub took a huge step up as far as creating opportunities for Chet Holmgren and players around him. Isaiah Joe, Lou Dort. Shout out to Shea. He had a great series of showing what he could be all around. I'm going to get to him, Sage. God damn. Elijah, bro, you there? Okay. All right. I'll wait till he gets back. Shit. Daryl, I'm gonna come to you for a team that's in LA, but it's not the Lakers. Milwaukee. Look, man. It hurts me to have to admit this.
I just want to say this: the fact that my conversation about Elijah and it went for like 30 to 40 minutes, and we're just gonna skip past this. I feel like he planned this from the start of this game. The start of the show, because I know for a fact if I was really paying attention for the most part, I would have never let this conversation go so long, and I would have just put this on first because I know my time is gonna come because Elijah's not gonna let that slide. I should have done that, but go ahead. I'll let you slide for this one.
I did not do anything of such. Okay. That being said, though, Milwaukee loses in 6. Milwaukee loses in 6 to the Indiana Pacers. Man, look, on an emotional front, I'm hurt because this was the season where I didn't expect us to win a championship, especially like given like the injury to Giannis. But I was hurt in the sense of it just felt like anything that could go wrong did go wrong on the front of Dame got hurt on a consistent basis. Once he dealt with that injury to, I think it was either the calf. I think it was a calf. It was a calf injury.
Yeah, I think it was Achilles. He strained his Achilles.
Yeah, once he dealt with that injury to his Achilles, you sort of had the sense that it was over. Middleton played his heart out. I give huge props to him. But when Bobby Portis is getting ejected for nonsensical actions, I'm disappointed. Patrick Beverley, the definition of a loser, the definition of a sore loser, because
correct that. The definition of a bum ass.
The definition of a bitch. How about that? Definition of a bitch. Because you're throwing the ball at a woman, and how do you justify that? How do you
he didn't mean to throw out a woman. He meant to throw out someone else.
Why are you throwing the ball? Period. Why are you throwing the ball? Period.
We get information. I think it was because he says 3, 2, 1 can't get.
Oh, I can't wait.
3, 2, 1 can't.
Like my issue about this Bucks season. And we're gonna get into it when we get into the off season after this postseason is done. Please make sure to like and subscribe so that you guys can be in tune for when that drops. As soon as the postseason ends, we're gonna get right into it. Thank you to the 6 viewers that we have so far. But I was looking at this series and we said it from before the series even started. We were saying this is gonna be a offensive series. This is going to be efficiency versus pace. For the Bucks to win this series, they were going to have to be more efficient with the shots that they take because they're not going to beat the Pacers' pace. The Pacers were like one of the, if not the highest paced team by a wide margin in the league this season, and it carried over into the postseason. And although it dropped to what would be the fastest pace in the last 3 seasons in the regular season. That's what they did in that series. They dropped from being the fastest pace this season by a wide margin to being the fastest pace in the past 3 years. That's what they did. And they did it all while still being relatively efficient. But I think what I am proud of, because I don't want to say it was all negative, I'm proud of Chris Middleton. I'm proud of Bobby Portis when he did play. Bobby Portis played like a star. Bobby Portis is a starter in this league, and people confuse the fact that he's our 6th man because they think that he's not that talented. When in actuality, this dude could give you 15 and 10 on any roster in the league.
Yep.
Easily. Add that to the fact he provided floor space in this series, albeit not the most efficient, but it was floor spacing that sort of dragged Miles Turner out of the way. It provided opportunities for Chris Middleton to be able to get off. It provided opportunities for Brook Lopez to actually have a semi-productive series. A lot of people thought that the Pacers were going to play Brook Lopez off the floor.
Yep.
Because of that entryway for Bobby Portis, it allowed Brook Lopez to be able to get off in some of these games. I also want to give a shout out to Dame while he was healthy. Dame made this series very competitive with the way he played in the first half, specifically for the first 2 games of this series. The shot creation was there. The intensity was there. The playmaking ability was there. I actually saw him actually make proper reads off of screen and rolls with Brook Lopez. I don't know why he didn't do it with Giannis, but hey, we'll talk about that in the offseason. I was very pleased with what I saw from them on the offensive end. Defensively, they still have a lot of work to do. I was pleased to see Patrick Beverley put the clamps on Tyrese Halliburton for a lot of series. But I think me and Nahari, when we spoke in the Discord, Nahari, what did I tell you? I told you this wasn't Tyrese Halliburton is one of them players. Even if Patrick Beverley locks him down and he's not able to shot create like we know he already can, he has that playmaking and passing ability.
He has a passing ability. He definitely got the passing.
Yeah,
and he makes the right plays.
He was making the right plays. He was John Stockton-esque in this.
He definitely was. He definitely was John Stockton. I can't even lie. Like, I mean, I want to speak on this real quick.
Go ahead.
It's a lot of things to say about this series. I want to give a shout out to Milwaukee Bucks role players all stepping up. I think that was that was one of the biggest wins in this series. All of our guys, all of our role players stepped up and played great. Chris Middleton, our third best player, clearly won 2 bad ankles, by the way. He injured both his ankles. Outplayed their best player in Tyrese Halliburton, very clearly. And it's a lot to go into this. Ajax, the minutes that he got was so impactful, bro. Every run that we made in those games, especially that game we were down like 8-17 in like the first or second quarter, we made the run. Ajax initiated that with his effort. He's a guy that can offensive rebound, get out, a guy that we need to play more minutes. Malik Beasley played a lot better than I thought he would play in the playoffs. Off the bench, which he should be off the bench. I've always said he should be off the bench. It's a lot. I honestly thought if we were healthy, and I'm not even like it's coping. You can say it's cope. I say it's just context. If the Bucks were healthy, I think they beat them in 4 or 5 games. The Pacers' defense is horrible. They're not disciplined. They're not really high IQ on defensive end either. Shoot too many threes. Rely on their pace. And the half court, the offense isn't very good. Like they settle for a lot of difficult shots. They just making them. Either way it goes, I'm proud of my team for forcing the 6 games without their best player. Like think about it. They forced the team 6 games without their best offensive player, defender, passer, playmaker, and rebounder. And also with their second best guy being injured as well. And their third best guy being injured. So I'm proud of them. Be back next year. It's all good.
Yeah, I could. I think. And then Zeno, is there a point that I missed that I should talk about as far as the Bucks? We understand that this is a disappointment of a season, but is there something as far as this series goes specifically that I missed on?
No, I'm not gonna lie, and I really don't have the energy to try and troll you. So
Elijah, before you doing with your camera? What are you doing? This nigga's blinking.
Zoning in and out, bro. He
okay, stop, nigga, stop.
But another person comes through. Name is Swish. How you doing, my guy?
Hey, what's good with y'all? Hold on real quick.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Swish?
Hold on, I'm parking real quick. Hold on.
No, go ahead. Elijah, I want you to talk about this last series so we can move to our predictions real quick because we gotta get a move on. But the Dallas Mavericks versus the Clippers, brother.
All right, I'm back.
You switch. You can you got anything you want to talk about before we move? We just finna go into this.
Oh man, you know I had to come in here and talk about Spider Mitchell, man.
Oh man. Okay. Give him a set. Let him cook on the Clippers, and then you can get the Cavs. Okay.
I'm cooking on the Clippers.
Yeah.
What's going on with the?
Yeah. Just
bro.
What was your thoughts about the series? How it ended? Where did the Clippers go from here?
They're frauds. They've been frauds.
The Clippers ain't got nowhere to go from here.
The eternity of time. They're garbage. They traded their best player to the Thunder, and I'm so glad they did because they are a trash franchise, and I'm glad that Shea's gonna be able to actually win something in a decent franchise, unlike these cursed Clippers. Who would ever want to be that's like being a Nets fan. Clippers fans are like the Nets, bro. Like they're garbage.
Nets just catching Shea for no reason. It's not.
Like, it's just like being a Cowboys fan at this point.
How are you a G League team in the NBA at the same time? It don't make no sense. Like, bro, they're trash. They're gonna fire their coach because they need somebody to blame. Kawhi Leonard can't stay healthy, obviously. James Harden doesn't show up in closing games, obviously. Russell Westbrook is unplayable because he's not a good team player, obviously. Paul George didn't show up for yet another playoff series. Who's fucking surprised? Zubac looks like
calm down, PG. Calm down, PG.
PG didn't show up for yet another playoff series. Who's fucking surprised?
Calm down, PG. He didn't play that. Oh, whoa. He was bad this year, but
I didn't. No. He's making it seem like that nigga just like he was atrocious this entire series.
I'm not saying he's atrocious. No.
It was.
Hey, if I want to call somebody atrocious, I use the word atrocious. He was
you said you didn't show up. You said you didn't show up. So
y'all didn't hear people out here saying Paul George is better than
didn't show up. Like
you got it.
Those are two different things.
Nigga wasn't there. Like
Tobias Harris was atrocious. Tobias Harris was atrocious. Okay. Tyrese Maxey.
That nigga wasn't there either.
Tyrese Maxey in the last game, he just didn't show up.
Okay. All right, nigga.
Okay. He didn't show up.
Okay.
Tobias Harris was atrocious.
Okay, I do want to say this because if I don't say this, our editor is gonna stop making thumbnails for us. Kyrie Irving this series,
he was cooking. Kyrie was cooking. Best player in the team.
Kyrie Irving this series, he cooked. Kyrie Irving, 27 points on 51, 44, 85 splits. That's 64.7 true shooting. That is fantastic on a defense that people touted to be this elite wing defense. You put a wing on those guards. What is going to happen to him? Where was that defense?
He's better than Paul George. He's been better than Paul George.
That's not the right conversation.
That's not even the conversation we need to be having.
For all the people who were saying Paul George is better than Kyrie.
I'm not going to hold you, Switch. That's definitely not the combo. The conversation.
That's not even the combo we need to be
because like Kyrie's still better than Paul George.
Kyrie Irving always played defense. He always had defense.
The combo,
I'll say he's never been an elite defender, but he's always had defense when it's time to play defense, bro. Always.
He's never been a cone.
He's never been a cone on defense. Never.
All I'm saying is I don't
go back and watch them finals.
I don't think the conversation for Kyrie starts with Paul George.
He clears Paul George.
I think Paul George has regressed to the point that I don't really see what he's providing if his perimeter play is not working because he's not even giving a similar penetration to the rim.
No back to the basket game.
I'm not going to hold you. You know the conversation I want to have with Kyrie Irving, and this going to be nasty.
Did I just hear Kyrie Irving plays defense?
Kyrie, yes, you
did.
It
was. This series in game 6.
No. Zeno, you didn't listen.
Irving
you weren't listening.
Always plays defense.
I said Kyrie Irving. I said Kyrie Irving has always played defense. I said he's never been an elite defender, but when it's time to play defense, he plays defense, and you can go back and check the NBA Finals.
Okay, so use it finals for everything. It's nuts, but.
When has Kyrie been a cone? So the dude that's shaking his head, when has Kyrie just been a Trae Young cone out there, bro?
2021.
Using Trae, I'm gonna help you, Elijah.
Like any playoff series that's not the finals or this series. he's been a
No, I
Alright,
disagree.
I
with
disagree.
that.
I disagree with
Yeah,
bro.
I
I disagree
disagree
with
with
A
that.
that.
cone
That's
is,
But I
cap.
want
he's
to say,
never been a
That's cap.
cone. That's crazy.
That's cap.
I disagree with that, but I also want to disagree with what the way you're talking about it. You make it seem like what he's doing now, he's done with in any other series. Outside of the finals, Kyrie is a better defender in the playoffs, but don't be acting like Kyrie is like a positive, like a good, like very good to nearly great defender. He's like a slight positive on that end. Don't do that. This series, his ability to lock up on defense, his what's called ability to disrupt and be very annoying and pesky, that was really lovable in this series. And I think this series, you can say he was a good defender in this series. I think you can say he's a good defender in the finals. But to think that this is what you see in Kyrie in the postseason, yeah, no, you're doing too much. Elijah is also doing too much, saying that
He said
he's Trae
cold.
Young.
He said it. He said
You
it. I
said
didn't say it.
you
He
said
said
Trae.
cold.
You said
I
you
never
said
said Trae
how
never came out of my mouth. Trae never came out of my mouth. That's not true.
never said.
I
Yeah,
said
but
Kyrie
you
Irving
answered the
has
question.
never been a Trae Young cone, meaning he's never just been a cone.
Oh
all
no,
year,
he's
bro.
not a Trae Young cone. No. But he's
Yeah,
not
that's literally
this.
the
He's
question.
never
No,
been a
he's
cone in
not
general.
this.
But that is the lowest standard that you.
Yeah.
That's a
You
You
just
cone.
said,
see,
oh, he wasn't
you
the worst
see,
defender in the league. No, he wasn't.
yeah,
But
Justin,
That's
that
not the
was what I was
lowest
trying to
standard.
cut them.
Hey,
That's why I
casual.
was trying to cut them both
Dame is
off
the
Trae
lowest
because
Young
he
is
was
the
the OG.
lowest standard of
That
defender.
Dame is the lowest standard.
Kyrie is a
OG.
No, it's Trae
competitor,
Young.
man.
Trae Young don't even try, bro. Dame will give you a little bit.
Whoa.
Kyrie is a competitor, bro.
No, Trae Young actually tries this season and then last season. He's at the end of the last season. He's been trying.
We talking about his reputation, though.
Dame dies on every screen.
That's what I'm saying. Dame is the worst defender in the NBA. All right. And I love Dame. Right, that's my point guard. But like Trae Young is a better defender than Dame this year.
I wonder if y'all are ready to have a conversation that this is yet another guard that outplayed Kevin Durant in a series that was a former teammate of his. Yet another one, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. That man
you said outplay. You know what I hear outplay? I think they're playing against each other. But I get what you mean, but yeah, that was kind of weird for me.
outperformed. I don't know. What do you want me to use?
No. I get what you're saying. It's just weird for me because it was like I thought you meant something else. Chill out. Jeez.
I'm not. Here you go. Here you go.
What you want, bro?
All right, swish. Real quick, I want you to talk about, and I need you to make this quick. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Cleveland versus Orlando. What was your thoughts on that series as a whole? Because it just wrapped up today. What was your thoughts on that series?
Yeah. Like I was saying, I just wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? Spider came through clutch. Mobley came through clutch on the glass. But I wanted to say shout out to Orlando. What's his name? Wagner. He sold the bag, man. He tricked the series off, man. What did he go? 0 for 16 or something like that?
This past game, he went 1 for 15.
Yeah, so he sold the series though. Paulo up and coming. Well, he already arrived. Paulo has arrived.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? You got to watch out for Orlando these next couple years. Everybody's saying that we should have beat them in 4 or 5 games, man. That's just not realistic. Orlando is a defensive team, man. So shout out to Orlando though. But you know what I'm saying? Spider Mitchell, that's why he get paid the big money, man. He came through.
That game was insane, by the way. The Cavs were down like 18 points. Then the Cavs start going on this run. Spider went on the run, put him on his back.
Cooking.
Yep. That's
the
phenomenal
biggest game. I think they said it's the biggest Game 7 comeback in NBA history or something like that.
Crazy.
I'm praying for the Cavs.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was watching that game, and at first I was getting frustrated because I was like, "How are y'all allowing Paolo to get like this? Like he's getting the run to the rim that he
who do you got to stop him though?
Series.
We got nobody to guard him.
Isaac Okoro slowed him down. He slowed him down for a little bit. Then Paulo got back in his rhythm and get into the free throw line. Isaac Okoro did do a solid job.
I'm just glad we paid Paulo in year 2 instead of year 4.
The issue with that team is not that you guys had nothing to do with Paulo. The reason why Paulo was able to get off his shots and down the lane is that Paulo has been going off in the mid range throughout the whole series. So you're having to play up on his mid range, and that's giving them lanes to get to the rim. That's the issue.
Yeah, he's been spreading the floor very well this series.
Yeah. I do want to say this. I apologize to some Magic fans that know and some Magic fans. I apologize.
Shit,
France.
you're absolutely right. Hold on, Chris. Chris, I'm finna bring you up because that is an Orlando fan.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah. I want to say this. I apologize, for Magic fans. I thought that Franz Wagner was the best player on this team. I am wrong. I apologize. Paolo is clearly the better player on this team, and I should have seen that. I am actually apologizing. I thought
it ain't even close.
That Franz, I thought Franz's ability to get down rim, get down to the lane, and the fact that he's a better defender in my opinion, and he was called his passing playmaking, I thought was a little bit better than Paolo's. I thought that was the reason why he's better. I'm sorry. This series showed me I don't know what I was talking about. So I'll put my hands like this. I apologize, guys. I apologize. Jesus.
I also want to say this real quick because I've been saying this. I've been saying this like, on God, I've been saying this before the playoffs started, during the playoffs. I've been trying to tell people the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, you might say it's weaker than the West. I'm perfectly fine with that. The West have better teams. But as far as like entertaining series go, the East is clearing the West right now. We had two of the best series by far. Not by far, because Lakers Nuggets was a good series. The majority of the good series have been in the Eastern Conference. Bucks, Pacers, 76ers, Knicks, Magic, Cavs. All great series in the East. That's all I got.
Hey, I agree with you.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So,
hey,
y'all
Cavs.
already talked about Minnesota? My bad.
No, I don't think so. I think we talked about them before when they got swept.
No, we haven't talked about Minnesota yet.
No, Minnesota and beating Denver.
Oh no, we haven't talked about that yet.
We haven't talked about it yet. Well, the next one is why is that OKC versus? Okay, so we've spoken about OKC. We've spoken about the Lakers. We've spoken about the
Clippers.
All of the Eastern teams. We spoke about all the Eastern teams. We spoke about Clippers. The next one is we're gonna need to speak about the Suns versus the Timberwolves, right? We haven't spoken about that yet. Yeah, guys.
I thought we spoke on that because we spoke on that when they got swept. Like the day they got swept. Yeah, me, you, and Casual hopped on here, and we spoke about them getting swept. We haven't talked about them on this pod though.
All right, no problems. All right, so can we just get everyone else's very quick predictions for OKC Thunder versus Dallas Mavericks now?
Ooh, good series.
I'm about the whole series or just game one?
I got the Mavericks in the series.
Yeah. Swish first. Go ahead.
I was just saying I got the Mavericks in the series. I got Mavericks in 6 games.
Okay. Nahari?
I'm making it quick. I got Mavericks in 6. The Timberwolves struggle with rebounding and big bodies, and the Mavericks have rebounding and big bodies for PJ Washington, Derek Lively, and Gafford. So.
Timberwolves?
I think you meant Thunder.
Yeah, I'm talking about Thunder. Oh, you said Timberwolves versus Nuggets? Are we talking about doing
No, Thunder versus Mavericks.
That's Thunder versus Mavs.
Oh, yeah. I got the Mavs in 6 because they got bigger bodies and they have centers that can rebound them and body them in the paint with PJ and Gafford and Lively. They're going to have their way in that series with Chad. So I got the Mavs in 6.
Okay. And then Eli, Joe, you here?
I'm just thinking, bro. I think
it's so close.
I think I got the Thunder in 6.
This insanity run will be over soon. I'm telling you now.
Thunder in 6.
This Elijah insanity run will be over. Just so you guys understand why I'm saying this, Elijah has not missed a prediction since the playoffs started. He's not missed his play-in predictions, and he's not missed his playoff predictions. I had an insanity run because I didn't miss my play-in predictions, and then I went 4-4. So I got cooked. So I'm just praying for his downfall for my own sanity. But he says
that Pacers Bucks ball was crazy for me, bro. I'll be honest with you. That was the only one I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna be wrong.
For me,
I mean, you was, but you know, the Bucks messed around and they got hurt.
Y'all suck. How about this? Go hire some different trainers, bro. Come on. What are we doing?
yeah, you got it.
What?
Yeah,
Go hire
you
some
got
better
it.
trainers,
Okay.
bro. Go hire some
For
better
me,
trainers.
For
Stop
me,
using Doc
you
Rivers, bro.
For me,
I'm not
as
Doc
soon as-
Rivers. Where Doc Rivers came from?
as soon as I said,
Bucks.
the Bucks are gonna win this series. Justin can tell you off the stream. I said, I don't know why I picked that. I should have picked the Pacers. I already said it instantly. That and the Knicks, I genuinely thought the opposite way, but I already said it. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna stick with it. So really and truly, actually 6-2. But you know, I'm gonna thug it out. I'm 4-4, bro. Is Daryl? You haven't said yours, yeah?
No, I haven't.
Go ahead, bro.
I got Mavs in 7.
Type shit. What about you, Justin?
I'm gonna go OKC in 7.
Thank you.
And keep your eyes on which interior defense can hold up in the series, because that's been the trend between the two. They've been going back and forth during the regular season, and so I would like to think that that's probably a good inkling of the battle that they're going to have in the series coming up.
Yeah, I think the problem is going to be that the spacing that Chet provides is really going to fuck up that.
Agreed. Yeah.
But the thing is, I think the Mavs actually have
no spacing.
But I don't think Josh Giddey's going to play many minutes and
down.
The Thunder have so many spacers.
I think Isaiah Joe is playing. Isaiah Joe has played himself some minutes.
You got to stay Giddey down.
Yeah.
You said Giddey?
Giddey got to sit down. If they want to win, he got to sit.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So let's move on to the next. Everybody giving the take. So let's move on to the next one. Boston versus Cleveland. Let's start with Daryl.
Man, just bring out the brooms on this one. I got Boston sweeping them.
God dang. Okay. All right, buddy.
That's kind of crazy.
Okay. Zeno, who you got?
Let's just bring out the brooms, man. Now let me chill. I think it's Boston at 5. If they're gonna lose 5 to the Heat, they're losing 5 to the Cavs.
They don't have Kristaps.
He said we're bringing out the brooms, but we're gonna be nice about it. We're gonna be nice about it.
They don't have Kristaps, so keep that in mind, y'all.
Do the Cavs have Jared Allen?
Yeah, the Cavs don't got Jared Allen though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But they do have Evan Mobley though. They do have Evan Mobley.
I think that actually is. I think that actually, unironically, might be a little bit better in this series because they're spacing the floor up more because they can bring in another floor spacer. I actually, unironically, think it helps a little bit.
Niang. Like Niang.
Nah, it would have been better if they had Jared Allen.
You say Niang, like Niang isn't one of the best 3-point shooters. Like he is a really good 3-point shooter. In the playoffs, I'm pretty sure he is. Not this series. I don't know how he's been looking in the Cavs vs Magic series, but I think he is one. Yeah, I see.
Atrocious.
Hey, if he's been that bad, all right. Well, scratch what I said. That's what I say that. But usually he's a really good 3-point shooter.
He's shooting 13% right now from the 3.
I need to check this. I don't believe you though.
Who y'all talking about?
No, all right. Cleveland versus Boston.
Well, if it depends on Jared Allen, so he's dealing with like a rib injury. I got the Boston Celtics in 5.
Okay. Swish, who you got?
What are y'all laughing at? What's going on, man?
We just laughing at George's Niang.
I was out here. You know what?
It's on me.
So yeah, it's not you, Swish. It's not you, Swish.
I apologize.
Man, you know who I got, man. I got the land, man. Land is 7, man. Stop playing, man.
I'm
Hey,
praying
you
for
know
you,
what?
bro.
You know what?
I'm
I
praying for
actually
you.
appreciate the fact that he said it has to go 7 for them to win. I appreciate that. It has to go.
Yeah.
7 for them to win.
They ain't
Of
winning that.
course,
They ain't winning
of course.
I hope they win. Oh, yo, if they win that series, man.
The propaganda and the harassment to push for Jason Tatum being mid.
Oh, he.
So that means we win in Game 7 in Boston, if I'm mistaken.
Nah, I'm gonna
Generational
I'm
hate
gonna
is
I'm gonna
crazy.
crucify. Yo, the Celtics fan, because bro, you understand, bro. Celtics fans, bro. They might be the worst fan base in basketball. They're terrible.
I'm
Elijah,
gonna go.
Elijah,
I'm gonna
What's
go.
up?
I'm gonna go
I
Boston.
apologize. I did not know. He shot that ball. I apologize.
I'm gonna
13%
go
is nuts.
Boston. I'm gonna go Boston in 6. The reason why I'm going Boston in 6 is because I think it could be a blessing in disguise that Jared Allen isn't playing, because I think that they could provide a little more floor spacing for the Cleveland Cavaliers to even the playing field against the Boston Celtics, who even though for the series previous where they were shooting lights out, a lot of those games were carried by like one individual. Derek White, shout out to Derek White for one of those great performances. To where I do believe that a legitimate case can be made that the Celtics could play themselves out of certain games and play right into Cleveland's hands because they shoot themselves out of games. So that's my concern with them. But I still got Boston winning. I just think it might take a little while.
I want to see if Biggerstaff gonna activate the Morris twin, man. He got to play out. He
better not. He better not.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
He got to activate him.
He better not.
I want to see
hope y'all don't
Biggerstaff
go.
activate a better coach than himself.
He got to activate.
Jesus,
He got to
please.
activate the Morris twin, man. Yes,
I want to see Jason Tatum activate a fucking star. How about that?
He can stand the Morris twin can stand in the corner and make a damn three.
I want to see Jaylen Brown activate a right hand. Man.
No, for real. I want to see if Darius Garland can activate a fucking shot creator.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie.
All he do is he just
If Jason Tatum
sidestepping.
activate the star, I would be surprised, man.
All he
That
do is
nigga
escape,
sucks.
dribble, sidestep, hezzy. He don't go downhill enough for me. Man.
Darius Garland went from one of the
Elijah,
biggest bags in the NBA to just
Elijah. I got one more.
He left his
I
bag
want
in the car.
Bickerstaff to activate a fucking second option because by God,
Nah, Garland just stopped shooting mid, bro. I swear to God, bro. 2022.
He don't
That
shoot no
nigga
more
shooting
midi.
so many mid-range.
He don't shoot the midi no more.
I
They
need,
play like
I need
robots,
Georges
bro.
Niang to activate some aim assist right now.
Donovan Mitchell is pulling. Donovan Mitchell is showing what Allen Iverson would look like in his era. That's what he's doing.
I want to say this.
Yeah, but better playmaking for Axe.
I want to say this respectfully though. The reason why I feel like Darius Garland is not creating the mid range is because majority of the time he's playing with two bigs and the space in the paint is cooked.
He didn't
And
have
but
he was playing with them when he was working in the mid range of 22.
Let him finish.
But when you say he doesn't have it right now, but when you're used to playing a certain way for a whole season, and then you're trying to revert like that, that's not how players work. They like playing within habit. So it's hard for them to break out of their habit of being a 3-point shooter and slasher. And we all know Darius Garland's never been a good floater range, 3-0 scored, rim finishing guard. I want you guys to remember.
He got the floater though. He got it.
It's never been as good as you think he is. It's never been as good as you think he is.
What you mean good as I think he is? I said he got it. He's got the floater. I didn't say he was John Morant. I said he got the floater. That's all I said.
You meant Jalen Brunson. You meant Jalen Brunson with the floater. That's what you meant. But let's go.
Yeah.
I'm talking about with the finishing at the rim and stuff like that. I'm just saying he's
talking about mid floater. All right, we got it. Mid floater is not mid.
But yeah, John Morant floater is elite though.
And even
Jalen Brunson has one of the best floaters in the league.
I hear what you're saying.
And his mid range has never been that great as well. So
Okay. So that lends more to what I'm saying. I'm saying there's Garland, especially you're using the floor spacing argument. When did Jared Allen go down?
Couple games ago.
Okay, so he's had 92 minutes for him to be able to figure it out as the lead guard. Well, not the lead guard, but as the co-star in the backcourt alongside Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell came into this. Donovan Mitchell came into this game 7, and Swish can co-sign this. Donovan Mitchell came into this game and he had to tell Darius Garland.
He was talking to him at half court, literally when they was going to the
telling him
break.
to get out of his own head.
He was like, dude, he told him.
It's not, at some point, it doesn't matter about the floor spacing problem when you're literally just passing up on shots or you're passing on opportunities to attack closeouts.
Jalen Suggs was hurt, bro.
I agree with that.
You should have attacked that leg, bro.
He told him, look, Spider told him, he was like, when he switches his feet, go downhill. You can read his lips when he was telling him, bro. Like, you can see it.
Yes.
I also just think that, like, I just think also people are underestimate the fact that Darius Garland also struggles with a lot of length. Like, think of it as like how Jalen Brunson kind of struggled with length in the first 2 games, but like even worse because he doesn't have nearly the same bag as Jalen Brunson. I think he struggles with length a lot more than Jalen Brunson does.
Man, Brunson play off 2 feet more, man. Brunson got the fundamental game. Brunson is more fundamental.
Exactly.
Darius Garland, when he shoots, especially with his floaters, a lot of his floaters, he's looking to come off of that left leg for him to get off. So if you can attack it and make it uncomfortable, put him in an uncomfortable position, you're basically forcing Darius Garland to take shots he does not want to take. And that's a lot of shots for him. So there's that. But let's move on to these final 2 because we got to wrap this up. Indiana Pacers versus New York Knicks. I think we all agree where this is going. But
Knicks in 5.
Same order, Daryl.
Knicks in 5.
Okay. Damn, you got this being a boring ass second round. Zeno.
Knicks in 5.
Okay. Nahari.
I'm going to become a New York Knicks fan for this series. I got them in 4 games. Knicks in 4.
Elijah.
Knicks in 6. We're tired. Knicks in 6.
Okay.
He about to sweep them bitches.
We're about to come off a series where our players were playing 48 minutes a game, and then we're gonna have to play against the highest paced team in the league. They're gonna get a couple games on this. I'll be honest with you. They're gonna get a couple hours. We're gonna be tired.
Knicks in 4. Like, respectfully, the Pacers are just.
I will say I agree with Elijah. I think that this is a series that may catch up, that ultimately may doom the Knicks in the long run because say what you will, the type of style that they play, it's taxing on the body. I think somebody spoke about in Instagram reel that Josh Hart. This is going to be the series that's going to truly it's going to test his stamina and his endurance because this nigga going one way or another. This nigga going to be tired either during or after this series because he's going to have to do a lot of running.
I think he's going to be okay more so because we'll be able to play. I think McBride and DiVincenzo a little bit more in this one.
Yeah, but do you think? But I think it's not just he's going to have to attack those. He's going to attack the boards on the offensive end and on the defensive end. He has to have the wherewithal of watching Nembhard and Nesmith on a consistent basis because they were crashing the glass. They were putting on an imitation of Josh Hart in that series against the Bucks. And I can only imagine if I'm Rick Carlisle, I'm asking them to do similar things against the Knicks because they're going to need second chance points for them to even survive this series.
Yeah, but I think Josh Hart was also on Oubre, if I'm not mistaken, on defense. I believe his matchup was.
Do you think Oubre is at nearly as I
think he's more.
Do you think he's nearly as common of an offensive do you think he's utilized in the offense nearly as frequent as a Nembhard or a Nesmith? Or Nesmith or a Nembhard?
I think that the problem with Oubre is he's such a big body because he's not a guard, and Josh Hart is a really strong guard to the point where he's able to play the 3 and 4, so he's gonna have less of a problem with that, with size, and then the cutting issues, of being able to just like that dunking threat, the scoring threat on the inside, you have less of that. So I think he's going to be able to sit and breathe on the perimeter a little bit more than he normally would because the Knicks are very switchable.
Agreed. And then I do also want to say I do think another reason why I think it's going to go 6.
You know ball, Elijah. You know ball.
I appreciate you. Because even with them being even with us saying that they'll be tired, I do also think that there is something to be said about the style in which the Indiana Pacers play. They play at both the pace and they play with the intention of moving the ball around on a consistent basis to where the New York Knicks defense is going to have to rotate very timely. Or else they can get caught lacking on a consistent basis with this offense. It's a very dangerous, it's a slippery slope that they'll be playing against the Pacers. But all in all, I don't think, especially if they have the energy, I don't think the Knicks should really have too much to worry about with this series as long as they stay true to who they are, which is defense and rebounding and allowing Jalen Brunson to create a lot of opportunities for everybody. So I think they handle that.
We're gonna let Miles Turner shoot. Same way we let Joel Embiid shoot.
I think they'll live with Tyrese Halliburton, to be honest with you. I think you guys will focus more on the others.
Pascal.
Yes, you guys will focus more on Pascal and the others, and y'all will let Tyrese Halliburton sort of become more of a scorer this series.
No, we're gonna double. We're gonna put McBride and whoever else we can fit up next to him. We're gonna let OG handle Pascal. I'm positive we're just gonna let OG take the Pascal matchup.
Bro,
what?
I thought Josh Hart would be. I think Josh Hart is the better assignment.
I think that Josh Hart is going to.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all gotta live with Tyrese because y'all not with Pascal.
When Pascal is on the perimeter, I think he's gonna be guarded more by Josh Hart. But I think as soon as he starts going into the interior more, you're gonna see a lot more OG. OG did it in this last series as well.
I got a question for y'all on this panel.
Okay. So you're basically saying whenever he tries to inevitably try to post up Josh Hart, that's when you make that switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a question for y'all on the panel since we're talking about the Pacers. Who do y'all think is the best player on that team? Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal.
So far this postseason,
Pascal, but the offense doesn't move the way it does without Tyrese.
Without Tyrese's playmaking.
I think you hate on Tyrese.
To be honest with you, this is gonna sound so crazy. It's gonna sound so crazy.
Still Pascal. It's still Siakam.
It's still Pascal. It's still no. It is.
I was about to say this gonna sound so crazy.
It's time.
This is gonna sound so crazy, but like, is this not giving like John Stockton, Karl Malone vibes? Like this.
That's what I was thinking about.
It's definitely giving them vibes. I can't lie.
It's probably that. But in the future, and I hope one day we can get to Steve Kerr, Amari Stoudemire, one day. But right now, it is giving Stockton, Malone.
Steve Nash.
I was gonna say, Steve Kerr. Like what?
Yeah, we got it. At some point, it got to get better than this, but I don't know. And then. Oh wait, did everybody give their take for the Pacers and Knicks? Oh, Daryl. Oh yeah, he said Knicks 5. Yeah. Denver versus Minnesota. This is the main event. Who does everybody have?
This is a tough one.
I'm really proud of the Timberwolves.
I got Denver.
No, say it, Elijah, bro. Talk about it.
God, man, the fact that they're coming out this year like that, like I know everyone saw them as the number 1 seed, but did anyone see them as like the top seed for real?
Nobody respected them.
I personally didn't respect them, but as soon as I watched a few games, I thought they were going to be a top 3 seed. Thought they were. At lowest, I thought they were going to be.
We watched them in the preseason and said they were going to be better. You remember that? They went up against the Dallas Mavericks and they made them look like children.
Yeah. The Timberwolves. I feel like Chris Finch, his coaching style is working better in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is great for this team because that would have been a big problem if he was the kind of coach to fall off during the playoffs. So I think this goes to 7, but if it goes to 7, I'm giving it to the Nuggets.
No, I have actually I know we're going to yo. You know what I'm going to talk about, right?
No. Yeah. Go.
So me, Justin, and a few people were having this conversation last off season. I said from the start of this season, if these two teams play it was cool, and I said it. I knew these teams were going to play. I'm surprised it's in the second round and not the WCF. I have the Mavs, not the Mavs, the Timberwolves in 6. Guess what I have right now? Timberwolves in 6. I thought they were the best team to possibly beat the Nuggets, and I still think the same way, and I still have them in 6.
They are. If the Nuggets also can't get KCP going, they can't get Jamal Murray going in these earlier quarters.
Y'all believe
they're letting go leads? Yeah, they're going to lose.
Yeah, y'all believe they're a bigger threat than a fully healthy Boston?
Yeah,
for the Nuggets specifically.
Yeah, for the Nuggets.
I do. Because here's the thing: the Timberwolves aren't like the Lakers. They're not like the Celtics. They don't need to get off on the perimeter to get the Denver Nuggets to have their attention. To get the Denver Nuggets' attention. The Timberwolves are playing smash mouth basketball. You go back and you watch that game 1. They didn't even shoot as good as the Denver Nuggets, and they still shot well, but they didn't shoot as good as the Denver Nuggets. The way that they were playing so efficient wasn't from the 3-point line. It was whipping their ass in the rim, at the rim. Anthony Edwards was dropping off anybody that tried to stop him from getting to the rim. Rudy Gobert was there. Jaden McDaniels even had a bad game, but just him being around the 3-point line forced them to have to pay attention to them just enough for Anthony Edwards to get whatever he wanted whenever he wanted. That's not LeBron James at 39 years old who's relying on his 3-point shot too heavily. This is not Jason Tatum who's hitting step backs like he's James Harden. This isn't Jaylen Brown who's trying to get a midi off like he's the second coming to Kobe Bryant. This ain't that. This is Anthony Edwards who's slashing to the rim, attacking closeouts on a consistent basis, and getting whatever he wanted whenever he wants. This is not that. I'm with you. I had the Timberwolves being the toughest competition for the Denver Nuggets because of the 2 big lineup that they run and how good one of those bigs are on the defensive end and Rudy Gobert. That being said, though, it's so close still. Even though they beat their ass in the first game, I did see some signs of hope for the Denver Nuggets. They have to get it going on the perimeter, though, first. Facts. Because what's happening is this: when they are going through these tough stretches on the 3-point line, it's allowing the Timberwolves to even feel more confident, to close in, to hone in on Nikola Jokic on that post. And because of that, now you're not just dealing with Rudy Gobert, you're also dealing with Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns. And even this season, either in this series, one of the differences that I'm noticing this series compared to the series last year, Chris Finch is making the adjustment of fuck just putting 2 bigs on you. Nigga, let's send Jaden McDaniels down there and see what he can do. Let's send Jaden McDaniels down there and see if he can force Jokic to pick up that dribble a little faster.
They're completely ignoring the switches that and the pick and rolls and the inverted screens that the Nuggets love to run. They're just like, if you want to drive on us, we'll bet on Gobert every time.
Gobert, stop.
We're just gonna focus on Jokic. They're throwing Cat on him, and Cat's a big enough body.
That's the part that is going to be the key. But that being said, though, they did find signs of life, specifically in towards the end of the third quarter and in the fourth quarter. They found some life. It was too late for them to make the run that they were trying to make. So, with that being said, I'm going to still go with the Nuggets, but this is a 7-game series, y'all. We're going to need Nikola Jokic to put forth even better. But I know it was a great performance he put forth, like statistically in game 1, but I don't think he played his best game.
I don't even think he played well.
I don't think we'll see Jokic at his best unless his teammates are involved.
Exactly, unless he involves his teammates, and for that to happen, he has to get KCP. He has to get KCP involved a little bit earlier. I saw he was trying to attack Rudy Gobert early on in the game. I don't really like seeing that. I think he needs to not be as aggressive on the scoring front. You don't have nothing to prove. You're a champion. You're an MVP caliber player. Just go out there and let's see you get this team involved so that you can get to the next round, and then you can get back to the shenanigans that we know Jokic likes to get into. But this series, we talk about his playmaking and passing ability and how it's one of the greatest of all time. This is really gonna put it to the test. He's gonna have to find some ways to exploit this defense.
Yeah, man.
I think the reason why he did
I think that Timberwolves defense is borderline historic. Borderline historic.
It's not borderline. It is historic.
It is
Y'all
historic.
think
It
it's
has
historic?
historical ramifications.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm telling you this now. There is no I think even Boston of 2022, that defense wouldn't have been historic. Oh, sorry. Good enough to stop the Suns the way that Timberwolves defense is, and I think that 22 Boston is borderline historic.
Yeah.
So
They
if I
were
think
historic,
Timberwolves,
and they didn't have the size for it. No, they didn't have the size for Timberwolves.
exactly. So I think this is a historic defense. I'm sorry, if you're able to hold a team who has that much offensive power to under 100 points 2 games out of the 4, yeah, nah, I respect you, man. See, I put my hands up when I see shit like that because I know you niggas are weird. I ain't trying to deal with you. Stay away from me because that type of defense is nuts, in my opinion.
Yeah, Knicks do that all the time, but hey, let's go.
You didn't even do that to us, man.
We did do that to y'all. We held you guys under 90. Or not under 90. We held you under 100. Bro, if anyone would have told me last year that Karl-Anthony Towns would be a part of one of the best defenses I've ever seen in my life, I would have laughed them. I would have laughed them like in their face. So
you did hold us under 90 one game. But yeah, Karen, sorry, my fault.
This man, I watched the series. Come on now.
My fault. One game.
Yeah, we
also
beat you in 6. So let's move on.
We also scored more than 100, like 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's all right. Never mind.
Wow, 1, 2, 3. How many of those did you win? How many of those did you win?
Well, the 100 games, over 100, 2 out of 4.
Wow.
2 out of 3 times that we.
And how many times did the Knicks win?
What?
How many times did the Knicks win?
You're talking about winning when we're just talking about defense. You good?
We out defense you as well. This is fine.
No one's talking about. Okay, carry on. Go ahead. Because you're not just being.
I was talking about holding you under 100. That's all I was talking about in the beginning.
Yeah, and I was saying that we scored more than that. But carry
on. All right. Yeah, I think this Timberwolves team is so special, man. Like, I think when I look at them, I see like just what the Heat could be one day if Jimmy Butler was like 10 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is that, but just on a whole different level, man. And if they come out this series, I do not expect them to come out the West. I don't think, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Oh shit! I completely forgot. Our host, just left, so fair enough. I'm gonna be here. We haven't spoken about. Have we done all the? We have. Okay, so that we've finished everything. Thank you all for coming through. Nahari coming through. We had who else came through? Desto came through for a little bit. We had was it Flight Sports? There you go, Flight Sports. We had P5. We had Nahari the Bulls fan. I think I already said already. We had Leaf as well. Yeah, thank you very much. All of these people coming through, I'm very thankful for you coming through to the show. And I'm thankful for the 4 viewers that are watching us right now. We enjoy your company being here. Also, our co-host here, Elijah.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate being on here.
And Mr. Darrell. Yeah, so that's going to be it for the Hoopsters Podcast, episode 11. Thank you all. Have a good evening and see you later. Peace.
Bye, salute.